Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine.
Hey guys, this is episode 44 of All Gen Gamers. I'm one of your hosts, Gamester81, John, and we also have Happy Console Gamer, Johnny Millennium. What's going on, man?
What is going on, Gamester81?
and Jason Heine, the EMU review. Jason, what's up?
How do you do?
Jason, wow.
Sounds very young tonight.
What is up?
I'm coming over.
How do you do?
Are you kidding me? You guys seen Brave Little Toaster?
Yeah, sure
No.
we have. Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That's like my favorite childhood cartoon, like movie. That's the blanket. Remember the
Oh,
blankie?
really?
Blankie? Oh,
It's been years since...
you guys, come on. You guys aren't
Right.
80s.
You've ruined the opening now.
No,
Dave.
you guys aren't 80s kids.
Hey, what are you talking about, 80s kids? I got a channel dedicated to 80s stuff.
Well, then how do you not know Blanket from Brave Little
No,
Toaster?
I've seen it.
You know what? When we were kids, we didn't watch stupid shit like that. We actually watched cool shows like G.I. Joe and Transformers.
I like the little train that could or whatever. What was that about?
It's called
That
Little
kinda-
Train That Could.
Yeah, there you
Fucking
go. That's
Thomas
what I
the
like.
Train? No.
Thomas's train's different. You know,
So
I think I
angry
can-
too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So mad.
Anyway, let's continue here. We have Pete Dorr. Pete, what's up?
I relapsed last night.
Oh.
Dude, I caught you. I busted him too. He was playing Final Fantasy online.
Oh.
Pete.
Yes.
I even sent him a message. I'm like, you're busted.
Oh.
Nah, but I was playing it last night a bit. I honestly didn't want to play, but I just kept on doing it. So
What made you go back? What made you go back?
I have a friend that plays, and he's been constantly telling me about the game and wondering when I'm going to get on. So I'm like, all right, I'll finally get on. So I got on.
Oh, so that's the excuse. I see.
Yeah. I think we should have an intervention.
Interesting.
He made me do it.
Yeah.
Basically,
What's your friend's name?
it will remain undisclosed.
Ah,
Well, I want his personal phone number after this. So
an address.
Yeah, an address and sleeping habits.
We are joined by Captain 8-Bit on YouTube, Billy and Jay. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
What's going on, y'all?
By the way, best opening ever.
we
thought so.
We talk a little blanket. We talk about little boys. We go from that to Final Fantasy 11.
I forgot to
Random
mention
shit,
Ninja Turtles in that 80s cartoons.
Ninja Turtles.
There you
classic.
go. Yeah. Mhm.
That was classic. That was a shit for sure.
The comic book was better. The original comic book was better than the Ninja Turtle cartoon.
Cricket.
Yeah, that's what started it all, was a comic book, right?
Yeah, it was, and it was really dark and edgy. And I loved the original. Like, the Ninja Turtles were badass. And then I woke up Saturday morning to watch the cartoon, and I'm like, man, they made them into like cowabunga, dude. And I'm like, what the hell? The Ninja Turtles weren't really like that.
Well, did you
Yeah.
ever see Ninja Turtles Forever? That crossover between the new series and the old series?
Yeah, I did
And
see that.
and they had them in comic book form. It was actually pretty bad.
Was that like an animation or something?
Yeah, it was basically it was a crossover between the old '80s cartoon and the newer incarnation of the cartoon. And they basically, it was kind of like they broke the fourth wall, went to like the comic book, and they actually brought the comic book to life. It was pretty awesome. I really liked
That
it.
sounds cool. I want to see that.
Yeah, it was cool. This is fairly new, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it came out like maybe like a year or two ago.
A year ago, yeah, 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, I saw that. It was on like Fox Saturday morning or something like that. I was flipping through.
Yeah, I think it's just now finally coming to DVD. I think.
Do y'all remember
Nice.
Classic.
Y'all remember
Yeah, I'll
the
give
Ninja
that.
rap from Turtles 2?
Ninja
Oh,
rap.
rap.
Ninja,
Everybody-
Ninja rap.
rap.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Go Ninja, go. I love that stuff.
the movies are crazy good. I love the movies.
Yeah.
Sure. You know, Corey Feldman did the voice of Michelangelo in the first Turtles movie. You guys know that?
Did you? I didn't know
Donatello.
that.
It's Donatello.
Was it it was Donatello. That's right. I knew it was one of the turtles. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, Ernie Reyes Jr., I believe, was the guy in the costume in the first Turtles, and Donatello.
There you go. Wow. We got some diehard turtle fans in there.
You heard it here first.
Sorry for insulting the old classic cartoon.
No, it's all good, man. You know, we just love nostalgia.
John, before we get into these guys, I gotta say, I watched The Fourth Kind.
Yes.
That was a fucking terrible movie.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't. Do you know what's so funny? I'm watching it, and I'm actually afraid when I'm watching it, thinking it's based on a real story. I go check on the web, like about, I don't know, 1/3 through the movie, and it's like, it's totally a hoax. It's a totally made-up story. It's not real at all.
I was disappointed when I found that out. I thought it was
That's
real.
what kills it. Exactly. I'm sitting there late at night. It's like super dark. I'm watching this movie. I'm like, this is based on a real story in Alaska. I'm like, Alaska's a lot closer to me than it is to you. I was like, holy crap. And then I'm like, I typed in online the movie, and it's just like, yeah, it was all a hoax. And actually, this town of Alaska actually sued. Was it Fox or whoever made it for making up all these stories about them?
Really?
Yeah, they made up this stuff to make it seem legit, so it scared the audience.
Yeah.
People like you. So.
Yeah, I mean, if it was real, it would have been like legit. But that sucks now that it's fake.
Here's the thing, though, John. How can it be real when you see a police, through a police car, and you see a man commit suicide through the police car? The police would never let that out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and John is silenced.
He's thinking about it.
Thanks for busting my bubble about it, bitch.
Do you know what? But you know why? Because I downloaded it straight after that, and I watched it that night when I was still in the mood of all that UFO talk from last episode.
Sure.
You just ruined the ending. You might as well have told him that Vader was Luke's father.
What?
What?
Oh, you guys didn't know that?
Unbelievable, Jay. I cannot believe it.
I have a knack for ruining plots. Sorry.
Yeah, his dad died in the Clone Wars.
That's what I thought. I know. I'm blown away. I heard he's a great star pilot.
Obi-Wan's full of shit, man.
I don't know about all that stuff, but all I know is Princess Leia is 200% fuckable.
Now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Still.
Who's that?
Still.
Leia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Have you
Leia.
seen Leia now? She looks like Jabba the Hutt.
No, honestly,
Holy crap. I don't know.
I'd take Natalie Portman over anyone, though, right now. Seriously.
Of course.
No, even if like Leia, younger Leia, to like Natalie Portman, I'd take Natalie Portman.
Oh God. Why do you introduce our guests?
Okay, guys, why don't you fill us in on your channel, Captain 8-Bit?
Sure will. Personally, I would prefer gold bikini Leia, but that's just me.
Oh, hell yeah.
What about Natalie Portman in the slave outfit?
Oh man, come on! Would you really kick either of them out of bed?
Seriously.
I mean, I would seriously. I would still
Jabba
go.
I would, yeah. I'd be like, get the fuck out.
Even him, though. A bad night, too much alcohol, you never know. But yeah. So the channel, as you know, man, relatively new, and entered the All Gen podcast and kind of skyrocketed from there. And we just, I really, when I started the channel, I really didn't know what I was going to be putting on there other than just, kind of, I come from a video background. So I just wanted to do, kind of high production value stuff because that's just me. And so from a content standpoint, I really didn't know what I was going to do, but yeah, we kind of got the idea for the Game Chasers, and I think that's really what just kind of has taken the channel and just kind of just propelled it, because it seems like everybody's really digging that show, and so that's good.
That show is incredible.
It is. Now, for those listeners who aren't familiar, if you guys have seen the show like American Pickers, where they go around and find like antiques, this is kind of the same thing, except for they don't resell the games. They purchase games pretty much. They go to like different game shops and they purchase games. But the production value is amazing. And I think your guys' chemistry on screen is amazing too.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah.
The funny thing is, that's just not on screen. We're actually like that all the time. I mean, we've always had people tell us that we need cameras on us all the time just because you never know what's going to fly out of our mouth. But
it's funny because Jake keeps getting like free shit, and Billy, you can see Billy get just jealous. He's like,
dude, he gets so mad about that.
Man, it gets worse. It gets worse, man. We just shot. We have enough like back material for the next few episodes because we've been shooting for the past month and a half, past what's already in Austin, and that's the last episode that was coming out. And you ain't seen nothing yet, man. This guy is still getting free games, and he got a free cake from KFC. That was in the last episode, but somebody just walked out. We were in this game store probably what was it, like 3 weeks ago?
No, when he was week ago.
It was a week ago. Yeah, it was a week ago. We went into this store, and the guy met us on the way out of the parking lot. Oh, by the way, I have a game here, a Sega CD game. You tell them.
Okay, well, we're in the store. We told them what we do, whatnot, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys go ahead and film." So, we're just shooting the shit for them for a while, and we're getting ready to go, and we go outside, and one of our cameramen had to take off, go back home. And while we're sitting there waiting, one of the employees had left, went home, grabbed a Sega CD game, brought it back up, and was like, "Here, dude, you can have it." I was just like, "All right, thanks." So Billy wasn't happy about that.
What game was it?
You know what? Kind of an asshole move. I don't really know. I don't remember. I guess I just get that much free shit that I don't even look at it anymore.
Like, give me that.
It wasn't too exotic.
It wasn't like,
but still, it's the thought
wasn't
that
like
counts,
Marky Marker or anything, or Crisscross or anything like that.
Those are the best ones, dude. They make you want to jump.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, to say I'm jealous on more than a few occasions is probably accurate. So I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's probably my face. I mean, he's got, I don't know what it is, dude. It's just like his eyes or something. It's like he can see into people's souls, and then it's like Jedi mind trick stuff going. I don't know what it is.
Scare people into free shit, I guess.
Well, you know, when it comes to game chasing, it comes in handy. So I'm not going to complain too much about it.
Your production value in the show is like incredible. I remember when I watched the first episode, I was like, it's a real show. Like, I just want everybody to know that it's not like, it's kind of like a show on TV. It's a real show. Like, I was so sucked into it. It was amazing.
The funny thing about that is, like, that's all Billy. I didn't even see the first episode until he put it on YouTube and just called me up and was like, "Dude, it's up." And I, like, my jaw hit the floor when I saw it. I was pretty amazed. I mean, I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, going into it, I mean, I knew that having a gaming community established on YouTube, we were going to have to do something to kind of help us all stand out, because you're just going to get lost in the crowd, and we enjoy doing this. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, this is stuff we've been doing for years, just going out and looking for games and whatnot, and it just felt natural to just basically get it all on tape, and to put the production value in it is just my way of kind of like helping us kind of stand out. And
how long did the opening take to do? That's insane. Like, I do obviously a lot of video editing as well, and I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy stuff.
I tell you what, if I had to do the opening fresh every time we put an episode up, I probably wouldn't be doing it. It would just be so much work. I would say probably 25 to 30 hours just in the opening alone. And then, but you know, it's about another 20, 30, 40 hours, depending on which episode it is, just to put the episode out. And so that first one out was obviously the most work, but I plan on using this episode using this opening for a while. And I generally don't like long openings on YouTube videos because I think people just kind of tune out after a while. But I thought it was important for this because kind of establish, you know, who we are and what we do. It kind of tells the story in the opening.
How long is the opening? Because you said you just put like 25 hours into editing it.
I think it's
people can understand.
Yeah, I think it's like 40, 50 seconds. But what really freaking, you know, made it so much work is like, it was the green screen work. Yeah. And because one of the cameramen had an idea of putting us like in obviously the Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, kind of opening and kind of paying homage to that and spoofing that a little bit. And so we did that. And the problem was the green screen really wasn't lit. And
tell them what we used for a green screen.
Oh yeah, well, what we used for a green screen was literally we went to Walmart, bought a bright green tint, almost like a bright green yellow bed sheet.
Nice.
Yeah. Duct taped it and pinned it to the wall and used it. Because right now we just don't have a budget other than gas money to go and do this stuff. And so, and we don't have professional lighting. We didn't have professional lighting there, and so the green screen was yellow when I took it in the post. And then obviously there's yellow in people's skin tones and all this other stuff. And so,
being racist.
Not being racist is a fact.
What do you got? What do you edit with then?
Right now, I use Premiere at my job. Before when I last worked at my job, I really started getting into Final Cut Pro, and I used Avid before that. So I'm kind of making the transition right now to using Adobe Premiere. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I can get the job done, but it's not my first preference. And I use a lot of After Effects. I grew up on Avid. That would be my first preference, simply because I have the most experience on it, and that's what I learned with in school, just using the Avid. So, but Final Cut, I mean, I love that too. I started getting into that over the last few years, and I enjoy it as well. And After Effects, I've been using After Effects for a long time too, and so After Effects is always going to be in my repertoire.
Yeah, I've always found green screen tricky, just to get all of the green out of there. there's always a little bit like you guys did a great job on that. Like there was no green showing or anything. It was really pro how you got all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It was bleeding over, and I couldn't get all the green out of the footage of us. I couldn't. It was impossible because of the way it was lit. So what I had to do is basically put a mask on it.
I was about to say. Yeah.
I had to like mask some of our arms and stuff frame by frame, and it was so tedious. It was so tedious, but when I was done, it was just sweet victory because it turned out pretty decent. I still see things.
It turned out perfect.
Well, I appreciate that.
like just that you guys, in the Indiana Jones scene, getting the idol, that is amazing. Like I was like, that is so cool. That scene always remains because it's so well done.
A lot of that stuff we do is usually done on the fly. Yeah. Like even in the My Favorite Things video on Captain 8-Bit's channel, he's kind of was like, hey, I got this idea for a deal. And he had most of the lines, but everybody else in the video just kind of ad-libbed it. So,
yeah, we just kind of come up with ideas. Like the Indiana Jones thing, I was like, come on, guys, we need to shoot an opening. And just literally like within like a few minutes, we had one of the dudes, Melvin, he was like, hey, yeah, let's just do this, and then I was like, all right, cool. That's a pretty good idea. Let's make it happen. And we just did it that night. So,
yeah. So everybody go check out their channel. What is the name of your channel again, so everybody will know?
It's Captain 8-Bit, and that's the number 8 with no dash. And when I was creating the name for my channel, I was just, I don't know. I was just kind of going through things in my head, and it popped up, and I used it. So there you go.
So you guys play a lot of new games, or do you just hunt for old games? Like, what's your...
We hunt for the older stuff. Anything, older. Yeah. Really, there's a few select PS2 titles that we look for, but kind of hard to find. But anything PS1 and back. I play a lot of new stuff. PS3. I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I'll admit it, but I play a lot of PS3.
Me personally, I'm always got a controller in my hand. So when it comes to just going out and looking for games, I just like finding. I don't really have a system that I specifically collect for, like per se. Like I'm not into to say I got to have every Nintendo game or every Super Nintendo game. It's mainly just the thrill of the hunt, and I play most of the things that I get, and whether it be Super Nintendo, NES, Atari, or I'm actually always on the lookout for a good deal on a DS game or PS3 game or whatever. And so it's mainly just the thrill of the hunt, and just going out there in one day and just finding freaking, bubble bath babes for $1 at some garage sale is like, that's the ultimate goal, is just the adrenaline surge you find in having yourself whenever you're looking across the counter or something, you see something that's marked way, way, way lower than what it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what's the rarest thing you guys have ever picked up?
Well, I say one of the rarest things I have is an Endless Ocean signed by the All Gen podcast.
I think I fucked up on that too. Didn't I sign it with the wrong pen?
No, you signed that one correctly.
Oh,
it was the other things.
Oh man,
I want to know who signed it. Who signed it that they were naked? Who was that?
That wasn't me actually, and I know everybody thought it was me, but that actually wasn't me.
I'm guessing it was Pete, but I don't know.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't
me.
Well, no one's gonna fess up.
No one's gonna. Jason.
Well, it wasn't me.
Bullshit.
It was a whale.
That's funny.
Guess we'll just never know.
I actually ran across I guess kind of a spoiler. This is going in a couple of episodes, but I'll tell you guys. We just had a Comic-Con down here in Dallas this past weekend, and we were out there, and I ran across a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast. And nice. I got it for, I don't know, $30 or so.
But
nice.
Yeah, we're I really should have gone through my stuff. I got a lot of semi rare stuff, but I don't really have anything that's just like collector items would kill over. Collector people would just raid my house to get. You know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of like semi uncommon stuff. But as far as semi.
Next time you guys are in Austin, you guys need to swing by Lakeline Mall. There's actually 2 retro stores in that mall.
Lakeline Mall.
What are the name of the stores?
Press Play is one, and Gamers is another one.
Gamer. Okay.
Gamers.
Gamers with the Z at the end. But I went there today and I was talking to the owner of Gamers. Guy was asking way too much on his shit. Like I've noticed that a lot. Like even in your videos, people just overprice stuff. It's crazy. Like Super Mario Bros. 2 loose, he was asking $30 for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, really? Is this like a rare like print like run? No. I'm like, what's the rarest thing you've got? He's like, I've got a Vectrex in, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, but if I were to sell it, I'd ask $800 for it. I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
for a Vectrex? I'm like, are you serious? For a Vectrex, $800? She's like, yeah, it's mint. I'm like, well, maybe if it was like signed or autographed by the maker of, the creator of Vectrex or, something to make it more unique, but shit, $800?
A brand new sealed Vectrex would maybe sell for $800, but not a loose one. Jesus.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, we run into that problem is really one that we have on the show quite a bit. The thing about it is, man, these guys let us come in and videotape, and it's like, oh man, they're really cool and they're really awesome people, and they come in, they let us videotape for the show. It's like, but then we look at their prices and they're just, we wouldn't even dream of paying what they're asking for. And it's like, how do you edit it in such a way that you're not making these people look like jerks?
You don't mention the prices.
Yeah, it's like, we want to say, they're overpriced or whatever, but we can't do that. We can't just sit there and call these people out on the show and be like, just don't go there or anything like that. So we have to walk a fine line, because if we did that, because before we go into a place, we say, hey, check out the videos, this is what we do. And it's like, if we did that, then people would never let us in the store to begin with. It'd be like, no, you're just going to badmouth us. So careful.
It's true.
But man, we've held our tongue on many occasions. Many occasions.
I was about to say probably around like 6 years ago, some of these places would, charge kind of decent prices. But now everybody knows how crazy collecting has gotten.
Oh.
And they just charge like crazy prices.
Even pawn shops. I went into a pawn shop one day and Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, and the dude was like $8. I'm like, are you kidding me? And it seemed like a year after I started collecting, I guess everyone and their mother started too, and things just skyrocketed, and it's gotten pretty ridiculous now.
I remember the days when you can go on eBay and actually find a good deal. It doesn't happen anymore. You got to. There'd be a lot of times where I'd go to the buy it now section and just wait for people who just recently have just then listed it. Recently listed stuff, and you could find some awesome deals. It just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, at least rarely, from what I've seen. You really, Rob always comes over and he always sees a lot of the newer games I buy, which are off eBay, I should say. So they're actual old games. Like I got a copy of Hide Glide, brand new mint, basically nearly sealed, for like $12 with shipping. So I don't know if you're just kind of sitting around. Is it worth more than that? I don't know. Maybe it's worth 20. Maybe 25.
You said box mint
sealed.
Yeah, on the NES, and that's pretty good to me. $12. I think if you just you could just kind of search, like, what would you say, Pete, for people searching on eBay?
It's hard now. Just like Captain was saying, I used to do the same thing. I used to search newly listed buy it now stuff and just keep on refreshing the page every minute. Or I'll be browsing the internet and like every 10 minutes I'll refresh the page to see what pops up. But for the most part, very rarely will you ever get, a decent buy it now. Lately, it seems like the only way now is if you just do auction bidding and just hope for the best that, someone forgets to bid or something like that. eBay is it's a monster.
Yeah, sometimes you can get, I'd say you can get a few good deals if it's like really early in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning, and it's an auction. And people just start bidding at that time of morning. Obviously, there's different time zones across the world, but you gotta, I've come across a few times in recently here and there that's been the case. So the only problem is I'm lazy. I don't want to get up that time in the morning. So sometimes that's when I'm going to bed though, so I can check. But yeah.
What do you guys think about Craigslist? Everybody.
I was just about to say something about that.
Yeah.
It's gotten stupid. It's gotten ridiculous. To the point where I don't even look anymore.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
It's the shamsters, man. They're always. We came across this lady. Oh man, yeah. We came across this lady who was giving some sob story, and she was basically saying she didn't have any money to pay for games, so she was looking for the old games. Said that her daughter didn't have any games to play, and at the end of the message, she said, "God bless." That's always a telltale sign when somebody's trying to put something over on you. When they end phrase with God bless or whatever.
Oh, really?
You know,
I didn't know that.
yeah, and yeah, for sure, dude, man. But the thing that gave it away was the fact that right underneath her posting was another posting that said games for sale, Nintendo games, all marked up beyond what retail value they had. And it was the exact same phone number as the lady who was claiming to be needing games for her daughter. So basically what she was doing was having people give her free games so she could go and turn around and sell them.
That's hilarious.
Didn't you write that lady?
Oh yeah, I wrote her, and basically, this is my passion, and so when people abuse this sort of thing, it drives me crazy. So I basically wrote my own little posting calling her out and basically saying, do not give this lady any games. And I had people emailing me and saying, man, good going. I'm glad you did that. She was getting on my nerves too, and so she actually took it down after a while. But man, there's always people out there taking advantage of you on Craigslist.
I got a story to tell, and I'll keep the person's name anonymous.
I know who you're going to mention.
You know what I'm going to mention, don't you?
Yeah. Is it based on a video?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I just
a guy I know in town. I'll keep your name because I know he listens to the podcast. I'll keep your name anonymous. But he did make a video about it. But he can't. I actually heard the story firsthand. It was unbelievable, and. He's not a small guy. This is very important for the story. He's not like some scrawny little guy. He's a pretty big guy. And he went on Craigslist and somebody was selling a Sega CD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched this video literally like 5 times all the way through and laughed my ass off the entire time. But go ahead.
I was talking to him the other day at Game Deals about it. I saw him in person. So I'll continue the story. I don't think I can tell it with as much justice as
I think he's going to be very disappointed that you don't mention him.
Okay, his name is Play Alives. And,
Yes.
on YouTube. And he's got a lot of videos, probably, I think, 800 videos. But he posted a video up, I think it was last week. And I knew
Craigslist is fucked.
Craigslist is fucked, it's called. And maybe Jason can play a bit of it. We'll see what we can do. But I'll just tell the story, and you guys can cut in if I'm forgetting any of the finer points. No pun intended. So what happened is Jeff went down to meet a guy about a Sega CD, a guy on Craigslist who's selling a Sega CD. And he gets down, and he meets this kind of robust, kind of goofy guy, and it didn't really matter. I think he paid him like $60, and he got the Sega CD, and he went off home. And, so he plugs it all in, doesn't work. Everything he tries doesn't work. Nothing's working. So he's kind of pissed off. He just spent $60. And this guy was telling him, oh, yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's all this. So he phones him up and says, hey, man, this doesn't work. He's like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do? And he's like, well, yeah, like, can you just give me my money back? He looks up and he said, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, like, you're a good guy. I feel really bad for what happened. Is there any way I can make it up to you? He's like, yeah, just give me my money back. He's like, okay. He's like, okay, I'll phone you back in a bit. Am I forgetting anything here? What goes on with the money?
Sega CD was $40, and basically...
Okay, there we go, $40. Go ahead. Seems like any story gets bigger and bigger, right? When I start telling it.
But no, the guy was basically like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. I want to make it up to you, and such and such. And he went on,
What I want to understand is, did he say... Like, what about the money? Did he get the money back off the guy? Like, that? Not at this point, no.
No, not at this point.
Okay.
This dude was sending, like, I think he said he sent like 24 text messages before lunch.
Right.
At that point, it was just a constant bombardment.
That's what we're leading up.
No, that's why. Yeah, because he wasn't messaging him back, so he constantly was messaging Play Lives. He was like, hey, dude, get back to me. Hey, what's up? Sorry about that. Hey, what's up? And he's on lunch, so he's not, responding to them.
So he's sending him all these messages, and he's like, man, he said, I'm so sorry that happened to you. You're such a great guy. Is there any way I can make it up to you? Is there any way? He kept saying, is there any way I can make it up to you? Play Lives is not getting back to him at this point. And I think he's just kind of stunned looking at his phone. And that's what the video was about. And he went on to read every single text message this guy had sent him. And I'm not going to get into all of the detail of it, but I will get into the meat of it.
Good one.
Oh shit! So the messages are like, "Oh man, is there any way you can make it up to you? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you to make it up for you? Come on, you're such a great guy. All this. Can I don't know. Like, do you like blowjobs? And I like, I'll give you a blowjob. Yeah, absolutely. That'll make you feel good. You'd like that, right? I think Play Live's, his eyes are like bulging out of his fucking head going, what the fuck? Like, what the? I just wanted to buy a Sega CD. He doesn't want. Why is this strange Mexican man offering to, suck me off now? Like, but it doesn't stop with one message. Hey, sorry, man. I hope that didn't like weird you out too much, but you like getting your cock sucked, right? Can I come over and suck your cock? Play Lives is just like sitting there. And this guy, at that point, as you guys know, sends like another 50 messages saying, "Come on, don't be against the idea. I'll come over and suck your cock. Yeah, absolutely. You'd like that, right?" And there must have been something wrong with the guy because the amount of messages he sucked. He sent,
He sucked.
He sent to him like, and I said to Play Lives because I see him in town. I saw him at Game Deals the other day, and I'm like, dude, like, there must have been something wrong with that guy. Like, he must have had like weird schizophrenia or something. Like
he buys like a batch of non-working game consoles that he keeps around and fucking tries to lure people in.
Yeah,
that's pretty low.
Did he get his cock sucked or what?
Well, that's the thing,
Jesus Christ, there's just some things you don't talk about in public.
The video is 12 minutes long, and he told me the other day that when he finished recording the video, reading all of the guy's text messages, the guy kept on texting him. Like another 20 messages or some stupid thing like that. So yeah, his loss, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't know whose loss it is really at this point.
All I know is that I'm going on Craigslist tonight.
Yeah.
Sega CD, real cheap. I'm giving it away. Jeff, we really actually do honestly feel bad for you that happened. That's like insane.
Because at that point you're thinking, I don't even want to go talk to this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to go near him. And he's screwed because he's got $60 or $40 invested in something that doesn't work. That really sucks. No pun intended.
It really sucks, and you know what? It's totally nuts. Totally nuts.
Hey, I'm the one with the puns. Nice.
Maybe this was just this guy's ploy to not have Play Lives, I'm sorry, have to actually come back and get a refund. He's like, I'll just scare him off so he just goes away.
I actually thought about that too. It totally could be that,
Yeah, but what are you using it to scare somebody off? You're totally bluffing them, and then they're like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes."
Well, you better
start sucking.
No kidding.
Here's the $1 million question: if it was a chick, if it was a chick that say that it was a chick that sold the game, would he? It totally changes the whole thing, right?
He'd go back.
I think he actually made the point of saying that he wouldn't even liked that. I think that he said that in his video, but
he's a very sensitive young man. So
yeah, I don't know. I guess he just doesn't like his dick in someone's mouth. I don't know. Who am I to judge? But it was interesting. I loved it. It was
just put a wig on or a bag on the head, you'd be fine.
Yeah,
I got a question. Was he going to be able to keep the Sega CD even if he did get the blowjob?
Yeah, well, really, guys. I mean, what was the outcome?
Every time he looks at that Sega CD not working, he's gonna feel dirty. Like, I mean, I would. Or I'd be like, "Oh, that thing. Oh."
His friend's gonna come over and say, see, you still got the blowjob CD." He's gonna put it on a shelf. He's just gonna forget about it. Yeah, definitely.
He told me that the system was kind of sticky, though. That's why it wasn't working. The thing was
a real sticky situation.
He wouldn't. He couldn't open the tray. It was just stuck. There's a whole bunch of like sticky, dry stuff on there. It was nasty.
We gotta move on. We got to move on from this now. We'll never.
Well, just one more story about Craigslist. I actually, when the 3DS came out, man, there was these two people selling 3DSs, claiming that they were pretty much, you couldn't find them. You could go into all these different stores, you couldn't find them. There was a shortage of them. They were selling them brand new for $350 a piece.
Wow.
And I actually wrote the guys and said, hey, man, I'm totally interested. Where can we meet? And I set up a meeting with them just so I couldn't show up, just to inconvenience the hell out of them because it really pissed me off.
You're a rebel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those people are shitting in their pants because there's millions of them. And
Yeah,
all these people
yeah.
bought them to resell, and they're losing money. We talked about this earlier. People are losing money on it.
Well, the same thing happens on eBay all the time too. People overprice shit all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing new. I guess eBay is more private than Craigslist, because Craigslist you have to go up and actually meet the person most of the time.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, so it takes a lot more balls to try to pull something like that off.
Yeah.
Whenever you on Craigslist, you got a lot of nerve.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I think in one of your guys' episodes, you guys met some guy from Craigslist, right?
Video game Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that is one of the guy who does filming for us. He's his brother is friends with Video Game Mike, the guy we met on Craigslist, his little brother. So it was kind of funny.
Well, yeah, and we didn't
found that out after, like a month afterwards.
Yeah, so it was just a random meeting on Craigslist, but we just so happened to kind of be a little bit of a, what do they call it, 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of an odd occurrence, but yeah, we've had some good steals. I mean, I've found some good stuff on Craigslist. I found a boxed Chrono Trigger for $750.
Bitch.
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be $700.50.
No.
No. But I mean, the box isn't in the best condition, but still, to have the box and for $750 and plus the game, I mean, you can't beat that.
Not at all.
Wow, that's great.
$750.
The thing about it is really weird that I still don't understand is when I actually I got it from, she was selling a lot of Super Nintendo games and it had a lot of actually pretty decent games in there. And when I went to it, she actually said that she found these 2 box games. One of them was Ninja Turtles 3 on the NES in the box, and the other one was, of course, Chrono Trigger in the box. And she said that she had just found them on my way over there, and that if I wanted, I could buy them. And I'm thinking she's going to throw out some number like, $100 or something. And she goes, "Now you do realize that this is a very highly collectible game, and it's very valuable. I'm going to have to ask $15 for it." And I'm like, what?
And a blowjob.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, $15? Are you for just Chrono Trigger? And I'm like, she goes, "Oh no, for Ninja Turtles and Chrono Trigger in the box." I'm like, even better.
Is it complete with the instruction and the map?
It has the instructions, but it doesn't have the map to it.
Okay. Well, either way, a boxed one there, $60, $80, easy.
Yeah, so I was just when I went in there and I actually saw it laying on the floor, I'm like, I just went crazy, man. It was just like, and when she threw out the price of what at the time I thought was $15, I thought, and her claiming that she knew that it was valuable, I'm like, well, then why are you only charging $15 or $750? And I'm like, you could list this on Craigslist right now and get probably $50, $60, $70 for it. And of course, I didn't tell her that. Why would I? Of course, but. Yeah, I basically just said, "Here's the money," and I just bolted before she realized what she did.
Yeah, definitely. Little side note on Chrono Trigger, too. As of recording this episode, Tuesday, May 24th, Chrono Trigger is live on the Wii Virtual Console, guys.
It is, yeah.
It hit it today, I believe it was today, right? Or was it last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday.
I think it was it last?
I just saw it today, and I was thinking, oh, boy. So anyway, yeah, I downloaded that. Looking forward to playing some of that again.
Good stuff.
If only they can get Earthbound. Yeah, it's probably never going to happen.
Did you say Earthbound?
Yeah, it's probably never going to happen, though.
Isn't it? They're so weird with Earthbound. Nintendo's fucking weird with Earthbound. I don't get it.
Yeah,
everybody wants it, but
music.
we don't give it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're holding it back because they know if they open the floodgates, they'll have to do something with Earthbound or something. I don't know.
The thing about it is too, if they also released it, I'm pretty confident that the prices on eBay would probably take a dive, and people wouldn't be able to freaking charge 120, 130.
I kind of disagree with you because what makes that game box so special and so priced is the weird sizing, and it's the whole packaging. When you think about it for a Super Nintendo game, that's the only. It's like almost like a special edition. You never get that on Super Nintendo games.
I think
totally
Mario
agree
Paint
with you in that.
Yeah, Mario Paint was big, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was too, but I think that was more mass produced. So everybody could get that. You can still go
Mario
anywhere.
Paint had a mouse.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking the big box and stuff on eBay. That would totally, maintain its course. But I'm hoping that the loose games, just the loose games itself. I'm hoping.
Oh, have you seen the loose games? Actually, I'm just going to say for game deals here, they actually, when they get a game in, they buy it off somebody and they put it up for sale. $99, it always sells. Just the cartridge.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how sought after that game is.
Yeah, and
because I overlooked it when I consider myself, the Super Nintendo was always been my favorite system growing up, and kind of still is. And it's just one of the games I overlooked as a kid. I just really wasn't into RPGs at that time in my life, and it's just something I just completely overlooked. And with all the hype and stuff, I've always wanted it. And I'm gonna say it. Jay actually bought it for my birthday the other day.
So you bought him what? A copy of Earthbound?
Yeah, I did. He's been on about this game.
You see the not the box copy though.
No.
Okay, so he doesn't actually love you. Okay, that's
right. Yeah, I just want to make out a little bit, but
I don't go all the way with them. So.
Right.
If you give him a blowjob, you get the fucking box edition. You know that.
And here's a Sega CD for you, sweet cheeks.
On the side.
All right, I guess I better start sucking then. Damn.
Yeah, no, Billy's been on about this game for 3-4 months easy. I mean, way before we even started filming Game Chasers and whatnot. And I mean, I was a Genesis guy, not a Super Nintendo, so I don't know what the hell the game is or what it's about. And he's just nonstop on and on and on and on. And y'all brought up that guy we met on Craigslist, Video Game Mike. He calls me, he texted me the other day and was like, "Hey, I'm going to get this lot. There's an Earthbound in there. Will you buy it for $85?" And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I will, because his birthday, Billy's birthday's coming up. So I went ahead and came out of pocket on that one. But
you think about how easy it is to play that game on ROM too, on emulator. Yeah. And that game is still really expensive. So I kind of, I'm with you, like we were talking about with if it came out for Wii Virtual Console, I don't think it would affect the price because you can play it on emulator for free.
Yeah.
So.
And people that collect, you know what I mean? We want those boxes. We want all that stuff. So it's like, at that point, price, whatever. You go after it, sought after. You want it. It's what you want to put on the shelf.
Yeah, that's where I was at about before I started like hardcore collecting, probably 7-8 years ago. I was into this little emulator phase because I wanted to kind of replay the games of my childhood. But after about a month or so, I was like, this isn't for me. I've got to have the cartridges. I've got to have the controller in my hand. And it was at that point where I was like, I'm going to start. Let's go. Let's do this.
I don't believe in emulators. I've never played one.
Yeah. And the only time I ever play an emulator is if it's like a game that you just can't get. Like if it's like the Earthbound on
You should buy the Earthbound box then. You should. You know what? This for the price of what would be 3 games, get the boxed edition. It's just so cool.
Well, the strategy guide's good to have for it too.
Yeah, I've heard Pete talking about the strategy guide, and I think you said it's like your favorite strategy guide of all time, right? Yeah.
It is. Now, hold on a second here. I just want to say something. The price of Earthbound, I'm just looking on eBay. It's ridiculous. Okay,
yeah, of course it is.
A complete. No, here's the thing. A complete copy. When I bought mine, I guess about a year, 2 years ago, they were going from maybe like $150 if you were really lucky with the strategy guide to like $250 max around there. Yeah. There have been a couple that have ended in the past, just this month. $460, $530, $560. Yeah. Well, these are ones in like really nice condition, but what the fuck? It never used to be that expensive.
Yeah, it never seems to be that rare on eBay. You always see tons of available too. It's like,
yeah, that's the thing. That's what's really funny about it. There's always a ton of copies, yet they're just freaking priced in the stratosphere. And it's like, shouldn't that be reserved for like really, really rare games? But I guess it's just one of those games that is just so sought after.
The demand.
People are just willing. People are just willing to.
It's just gonna go that game. I can actually say, and I would never say this usually, but it has like some magical aura with it, and everybody's drawn to it. Every big collector, everybody who loves the Super Nintendo must have Earthbound.
There's no RPG out there like it though.
Pete, what did you say it was going for on eBay right now?
Couple completed ones, 460, 530. There was another one for like 420, another one for like 550. And this is bidding. Some of them are buy it now, but some of them are ending $460, 5 bids, sold mainly.
Wow.
When we're out looking, we obviously like to find rare. We use rarityguide.com, and they got it listed like complete in box at $382. So obviously they're a little low on that, but
yeah,
I would have said that was high if I didn't check eBay just now, because hell, it wasn't this high a year or two ago.
Yeah, well, just going in to see, we go to this one store. There's a chain of them over here in the Metroplex, and I remember going back probably 3 years ago, maybe, and asking them, if they had an Earthbound, and they didn't. But I asked them how much they would charge if they did get it in. If somebody traded in, they said $50. Now they charge like almost $100 for it. So they have doubled their price for it. And that's just loose. So, it's just one of those games, man. I'm just glad that I have it, and because 3 years from now, who knows what it's going to be.
Have you guys seen some of the new rumors? Pete, have you seen the new rumors of The new 3DS stuff coming out?
What would that be?
Sorry, the stuff that's in the works, like supposedly a Shinobi revival.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and something to do with Sonic Generations or something?
Well, no one gives a crap because it's coming out on 360 and PS3 anyway, so they might do an alternate version like they did with Sonic Colors.
Well, yeah, just it's on the 3DS, right?
Oh yeah, I'll still buy it if it comes out. But either way, I wouldn't be disappointed if it doesn't.
No, I think it's interesting. Shinobi coming back. I was just thinking, what kind of generation of Shinobi would they actually do? Would they do the arcade version, or would they do the PS2 3D version?
Oh, I hope they don't do the PS2 3D version.
Me too.
They know that retro sells. They know, so they would probably do like some kind of classic side scroller. I'm thinking.
Do you really? Yeah. Do you really? I'm
hoping high, but honestly, probably they.
This is Sega.
This is the 3DS as well. Yeah, the 3DS. Yeah, they'll probably do a 3D one. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they'll do a 3D one. Unfortunately, but
I'm still waiting.
Sorry.
I'm still hoping. I'm so hoping they'll do like a legitimate update to the Mario All Stars as opposed to that week, anniversary pack that they did, around the turn of Christmas, and do something like on the 3DS and port those games to the 3DS, and that would be just so amazing.
yeah.
They haven't. I don't think they've confirmed anything about. Like at least they're only keeping a Game Boy, I think, for now, like handheld crap, and I think does anyone remember what the systems that they officially announced will be supported by the eShop?
No idea.
I know. They haven't
Sega Pete?
Nintendo. Basically,
What?
Nintendo said that they're doing the Game Boy, and I think like maybe the Game Gear. I forget.
It's Game Gear 2. Game Gear,
They're not
Game Boy.
supporting Super Nintendo quite yet, which I think would be awesome if they did.
I think Game Boy Advance too.
Game Boy Advance? I don't think so. Is it? I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I'm excited for it anyway. It should be coming soon. I think it's June 9th it rolls out in America, I think. I don't know. It's coming soon.
I'm excited for anything new for the 3DS because honestly, I've maybe picked it up like twice in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
To play.
I'm going to
seriously.
be completely honest too. I have barely touched it lately. Not because I just haven't been in the mood to play it, and it needs more games out for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of pretty solid games in the launch lineup that I really do enjoy, but for the most part, most of them are very mediocre. And I know the new Dead or Alive game just came out today, which I definitely want to pick that up and try out. And Dream Trigger 3D is sort of like a little obscure kind of game that just came out that I'm interested in, even though it's getting some pretty poor reviews. But
I think we all want Ocarina of Time already, right? That's what we're all waiting for right now.
Yep.
That's all I keep
It's going
looking
to sell
at.
systems. It's going to move systems for sure. A lot of people are waiting for that.
That's when I'm getting mine. Hopefully, is when that game comes out. I mean, just the I've seen some of the screenshots and it looks an amazing update.
Doesn't it? Yeah. I've seen side to side screenshots and I was like, wow, like sometimes when they do remakes, they really over remake it and it's like, oh, geez, that's kind of not like the original, but they really kept the original style, but just made everything look just so much better. And it looks like a fantastic remake. I'm really
The only thing I'm
forward.
going to miss though is you guys know I've always been a big fan of pre-rendered backgrounds. I'm kind of going to miss some of that graininess of the pre-rendered stuff.
I ain't. I'm not going to
kind of will.
brain, man. No.
I kind of will.
I'm with you. I know what you're talking about. That was the N64 look. If that's what you're talking about, like the textures and all that, yeah.
Well, here's another way to look at it too. For them to do it in 3D like they can't work with pre-rendered backgrounds. They got to model it out in 3D, which is what they're going to be doing.
That works for me.
It's going to be a fresh experience, though. I haven't played Ocarina in a long, long time, so it should be fun going back.
I haven't played it since the first month it launched, back on the N64, and I finished the game. I haven't played it since then.
That's one of the few games I actually go back and play every so often, just because I enjoy it so much.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, when does Kid Icarus come out?
I'm thinking probably sometime holiday this year, maybe earlier. I don't know. They're going to try and spread out their releases. They're not going to release it anytime soon.
Just letting you guys, just letting you know that I'm going to get a phone call in probably the next 5 minutes, and I got to go and get this phone call. So I'm going to be gone for 50 minutes. Just please continue without me. It's no big deal. Answer some questions, do some fun. Yeah. So all very good.
Okay.
Is somebody wanting to suck your cock?
Well, it's over a Sega
Answering
CD.
a Craigslist ad
That's
right now.
between me and that Craigslist.
Sega CD he's gonna go look at.
He's like, I need a Sega CD.
It's about 4 people I'm dealing with, so.
It's your thing.
So they're gonna make Kid Icarus beatable when they redo it, because I remember the NES version being extremely hard when I was a kid.
No, I played it at PAX East. I played Kid Icarus for a little bit, and it's different than your side-scrolling Kid Icarus. It's actually more like a Space Harrier type of game where you're in the clouds and you're firing and stuff. It's really odd. So it looks really cool. The 3D effect looked really cool, but it's not like your typical old school Kid Icarus game.
No, it's funny. I remember I had a friend of mine back in the day, and as you were saying, Kid Icarus was a difficult game. I used to pull my hair out. I remember the Grim Reaper would come out and do that freaking song against you. I'm like, oh my god, that used to drive me nuts. But my friend, who actually wasn't what I would say a hardcore gamer of any kind, finished that goddamn game, and I was always so blown away. But I think even Rob finished it. Actually, I'm thinking about it. That was difficult stuff. So I'm kind of glad they changed it. I'm sure they made it a little bit more easier for people nowadays.
I could never really get into it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't.
Died
for
like
me.
13 times on the first level. It makes you not want
Yeah,
to
exactly. I
play
guess that's
it.
true. I guess the bane of my existence was those Battletoads and that stupid hovercraft stage. God,
About as hard
That
as
was
it
one-
gets right there.
that was one game. I'd keep renting it, and then once I get to that stage, I'm like, next, I'm down. And then I'd try it again, and man, I was just so frustrated. I went through years trying to beat that game and barely ever, only like a couple times getting past that stage. And it was just so
You
frustrating.
have to hit the warp on, I think it's the 10th pillar at a certain
remember
point.
that. I remember that. Yeah,
you
that little-
have
that
to
little
hit that or
thingy.
you're fucked. You have to hit that.
There you go. If you'd have known that 20 years ago.
Yeah, if only I had a time machine.
Yeah, if only we had the internet. Fuck everything. All
Okay, I gotta fly, guys. I'll call you guys back in a bit.
right.
All right.
Okay.
Ghosts and Goblins was another one that was really hard.
Yeah, because there's like Ghosts and Goblins. If you didn't pick up a certain item, you can't beat the game, right? So like it's just bullshit. You get to the end of the game, they're like, oh, you didn't get this one. I forget what the item was. It's shit. I don't even know. But some key, I think, or some like bullshit. So
And then they make you go and beat the game again. I mean, what is that?
now, did you guys ever call the like Nintendo number back in the day for help?
Called it recently and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here playing Battletoads.
Right?
Actually, why did you call that?
I don't know. Probably just to be an ass and no one.
Was I there? Because it seems like I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You usually are involved.
It'd be funny if it was like a sex line now.
Right?
Some guy answers the phone and you're like, I can't get past Battletoads.
No, my parents would have killed me if I called that Nintendo hotline back in the day.
Oh yeah, believe me, my parents killed me for sure. 'Cause I would call it like all the time for help. You know, because back in the day, here's the deal: like Nintendo Power, it did give you strategies and help you out, but there's still some stuff you need to, you know, that you just didn't know until you had to call. You know, because that's how games work.
Yeah. Different. Man, I one thing I love to still do right now is actually go through my Nintendo Powers and just look at the counselors, those game advisors, and just look at their faces and their hair, exactly, and their clothes. It's like, oh man, those were the days.
Wait, so John, because I've never called up one of those things. What happens when you call? You tell them what you need help with, and what do they do exactly? Do they have like a book there? Like, what the hell do they do?
Yeah, they have a book. Get a book, and they would just step you through the process. You're like, I'm stuck at Mario 3, level 3-1, and they tell you like, what do you need help with, and they'll kind of step you through it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that scene in The Wizard when they're calling for tips, and the dude has that big 3-ring binder.
It was big business back in the day. You know, it was a big
huge
business.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you do? How do they even help you if you're stuck in the Battletoad stage or you're in that little area? It's like, what do they tell you? Just quit sucking. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, they'll just say, hey, fight
funny.
this guy first, stay at the top of the screen, and then, shoot this guy first, push the B button, whatever, at the stage. It was kind of, I don't know. But I forget how much it was. It wasn't cheap.
And if all else fails, here's the Konami code, kid. Go away.
Yeah.
Do they charge you by the minute on that, or what was the deal?
It was like, it was charged by the minute.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was like initial charge. I mean, I don't know, maybe $4 or $5, and then like $2 a minute or 99 cents a minute after that.
All right, so yeah, let's go ahead. Go and hit it. games you've been playing recently, you guys?
Sure.
I'll start. I've been. This is Jay. Whatever. I've been playing LA Noire. I'm only about 10 hours into it, but it's pretty cool so far. It plays a lot like Mafia 2. And
yeah, I was thinking that too. With a hint of Dragnet at parts, because they show like the title screen, I guess the mission title, and you got a dude narrating over it. It's kind of neat. And Lego Star Wars 3 also. Nice. How's that? It's Lego Star Wars 3.
It's typical Lego. So,
yeah. What are you playing it on?
PS3.
Cool.
PS3. And I got Lego Pirates that I hadn't even opened up yet. It's still in the packaging. So
I can't get into those Lego games, man. I don't
understand that, dude. Those things are so much fun.
I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Everyone loves them, man. Everyone loves them, but Regina loves them. I try to play with my wife, but
mark that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but no, I just couldn't get into them. I don't know why. They seem like they would be fun, but
they are. I like them. I don't know.
Billy, we've been playing
with myself.
Yeah, with myself. I've actually just finished up, or in the process of finishing up, Dragon Quest IX. It was my very first Dragon Quest game, and I thought it was awesome. I loved it. I really haven't been playing a whole lot recently because I've been so busy editing that I just, my spare time, I just want to sleep. But, when I do get a chance to play, I've been playing that game, and I put a lot of hours into it. I mean, I think I'm up to like 60, 70 hours at this point. And, but I enjoyed it. I really like it. When I finish it, I'm probably going to try to get Dragon Quest V, because I think I've been wanting to get it but obviously it's hard to find right now. And I think somebody said they just did a reprint of it. So I'm going to try
they did.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a hold of that.
On eBay, previously it was selling for like $70+, but now it's back down to almost retail value, I think. So I think Amazon or something maybe did a reprint of it, but it's probably now's the time to grab it while it's still kind of available.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I think I did actually see it on Amazon. It was $35. So, and I also want to get Radiant Historia, man. I've heard UP talking about that game a lot, and I've heard other people talking about it. And to me, that just seems like another one of those games that maybe you're going to regret not getting now, because it's going to.
What happened with that game was the first printing, it became extremely rare. It was selling on eBay for like almost $100. But it did get reprinted recently when Amazon had a sale with Atlas Games, and kind of drove the value back down a little bit. But you also don't get the deluxe edition with the soundtrack, so the original printed version is still pretty rare. But it is a really good game. I just want to say, though, it's not the kind of game that you can easily take breaks from and go back to, because it's heavily story driven. You're constantly going back and forth between the timelines, and if you take a break, it's extremely hard to keep track of what the hell was going on, where you're supposed to go next. But other than that, it's a really fun, enjoyable RPG. But definitely, if you're going to play it, make sure you have time to devote to just that game and just kind of power through it.
Yeah,
I know Johnny was playing it too, but he didn't get too far into it, I don't think.
Yeah, I just probably pick it up when I have time on my hands and not have to play, 4 or 5 hours every couple of days. Now, did you say that the one with the CD in it is actually rare right now?
Well, I think how it worked is the first printing was with the CD.
Yeah.
And the reprint on Amazon did not include the CD. So it was just the game.
I wish I'd known that, because I saw that when we went to FX Game Exchange.
Yeah.
I saw it there, and I did not realize it was out of print, or there was one. The CD was hard to find.
I think that's what they did. Yeah, but I mean, the CD is a couple of tracks, piano tracks, so it's not like you're missing out on some epic soundtrack. Even though the music is good, but for collectible reasons, it's definitely nice to have. Yeah. Now, I just wanted to ask you, with Dragon Quest IX. Did you play any multiplayer whatsoever, or just the single player you put that much hours in?
I just put the single player. For some reason, I just I just moved from my old apartment. My old apartment, I don't know what was wrong with the Wi-Fi. I could never get my DS to hook up to the internet. I got all the other systems in my house to hook up. For some reason, I just couldn't get the DS to do it. So I haven't really bothered since in this new place. But I haven't done any multiplayer in it. In fact, this is going to sound idiotic, and stupid, but I didn't even realize you could recruit party members until about 40 hours into it. So I'm sitting there doing the whole thing by myself because, when you go into Stornway and you're talking to that chick, and when she says, if you want to recruit members, I thought that was only for multiplayer. Whenever I first came to there, so I thought I was like, okay, I can't play multiplayer, so I can't recruit anybody. It wasn't until I found out later. It was like, yeah, you can. So I know a guy.
I know a guy that did that, but he did it, not by mistake. He basically wanted to go through almost the entire game with just his main character, which I would never purposely do that. I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, did you find it hard? How the hell? I guess your character was just so much that it was easy.
I was level grinding big time in it, and then it came to a point to where I was just getting my ass handed to me by bosses, and I was like, at that time I was thinking, surely there's somewhere in the story there I'm going to be recruiting party members like most RPGs out there, and you start recruiting as the story progresses, and I'm like, this is not happening. So I don't like to go on, and find walkthroughs or anything. But at that point, I was like, I'm just getting my ass handed to me. I've got to do something. I got to look and see what's going on. And they're like, yeah, you got to go to Stornway and recruit members. And so at that point, I'm like, God, man, it was really cool actually how they did it. You're able to get whoever you want and make them however, whatever class you want them. And I'm at that point, I was like, okay, I was like at level 40 something, and then they were obviously nothing. And so I had to basically just sit there and then level grind just so I could build those people up. So yeah, it was a horrible experience after a while. After I'd say about level 35 to 40, I was just getting my ass handed to me, and it was not fun at that point.
That's interesting. Is this one of your first Dragon Quest games? Have you played any other ones at all?
My very first, yeah. Yeah. The reason I got it was actually from listening to the podcast, and everybody was speaking highly of it. So I got to give it a try.
I'm sure after listening to the probably 25 episodes that Johnny was talking about, it gets
exactly. He was just going on and on and on and on about it. I was like, fine, I'm going to try it out because I'm an RPG fan. I just never have played any of the Dragon Quest games. Man, the DS is a freaking RPG machine. It's like
it is.
All the Atlas games. It just seems like Atlas just puts off so many awesome stuff, and man, I love it. That's the main reason I played the DS right there is for the RPGs.
So I guess we'll move on to John next.
Well, I've been kind of like Jay. I've been playing LA Noire. Purchased LA Noire, bought it on 360. It's a 3-disc, 3-CD thing. I'm through the first CD, and I like it so far. It's different than the other Rockstar games in a sense. I think
not feel like a Rockstar game.
It doesn't, for sure. And it's kind of like you go on your mission or you're a detective, and it's kind of, there's some points of it that are kind of slow, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. You have to find clues. You can pick up different things in the room, and not everything is a clue. And you don't really know until like the music stops that you have all the clues that you need for your mission.
Unless you use the skill points or whatever they're called.
Yeah, your intuition points. You can use your intuition points, so it'll give you clues and stuff. But you have to interrogate people and ask questions, and you have to determine based on their facial expressions if you think they're telling the truth or if they're lying or if you're doubtful.
I will say this: for those who have not played it, the animations on the mouth are so real it's scary.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I was sitting on the couch with my thumb up my butt watching Jay play, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "Holy cow, am I watching a movie or what?" It's just something. I think it's one of those moments to where it's like it's like a stepping stone in gaming. It's like it's something you've never seen before, and hopefully it kind of carry on. We'll see this kind of stuff more often.
So. Exactly. So there's 21 main missions. I'm gone through about 9 of those, and there's 40 like mini things that you can go through when you're playing the game. So if you're driving, they'll dispatch will call you, and you can go. But honestly, it's kind of repetitive. I don't know, Jay, if you got that similarly, but I feel a lot of the missions either you're shooting someone on those mini missions or you're chasing after someone.
Basically, I think I've had one either on, like you said, on foot or like a little, I guess, mini gang fight, gunfight. And I've had one where I've had to chase a dude down in a car and get wrecked basically and pull over.
Yeah.
But I've done about 5 of those.
And the other thing, the only gripe I have about the game, and maybe I just didn't see it, but you know how like Grand Theft Auto and all those other games, there's like there's a light trail that shows you where to turn and where to
I
go.
hate that it's not there.
It's not there.
Yeah.
So
I
you
don't-
have your you have your destination point, but you don't know like the best or fastest way to get there.
right.
If that makes
Jay,
am I wrong?
No, you're right. I've gone through all the options looking for an option to turn that on, and it's just not there. You know, like GTA, they show you the route in yellow on the map, you know, on the lower left, and it's not there on this one, and it's aggravating. You know, if I was playing like San Andreas, I probably wouldn't need it. Played that game so many times, you know,
Sure.
it wouldn't be a big deal. But this is a brand new game, so
So they didn't have GPS back in the day.
that's true. There was no GPS in the 40s. You're right about that.
Yeah, but Red Dead Revolver, they have that. And
There you go, Billy.
But they did back then.
Oh, they had it in the 1800s, but not in the so okay.
So I
What
don't
else
know.
I don't like?
Yeah, what's that?
Aren't the controls on the car? They're kind of loose, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, they are very loose. I have my partner drive.
I haven't done that
Stand
yet.
next to your
How's that?
car. Yeah, it's a lot faster. You don't have to deal with the bullshit.
Okay,
So
I haven't tried
So-
that yet.
just stand next to the car and hold. I don't know if you're playing it on the Xbox 360 or not, but I just hold Y.
Yeah,
and
trying PlayStation.
Triangle, same thing. Yeah, same difference. So,
Right.
But been playing that. I bought Power Gig Rise of the Six String. I did a review on it on my channel, and it's just in case you guys don't know, it's a game it's a guitar game, kind of like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, but it has a real like 6-string guitar, and it is so broken. The game is so broken in so many ways.
So no, don't get it.
Don't get it. Okay, let's put it this way. It came out in October of 2010, retail for $180. Okay, that's like not that long ago. I picked it up new for $35.
Damn.
Wow.
So
That's
it's dropped a lot in price. Giant Bomb said the worst game of 2010, and I think IGN said it was like a 4 out of 10. So what I did was, the cool thing, it's a guitar. The guitar is actually pretty heavy. It's 2/3 the size of actual like real like 6-string electric guitar.
Mhm.
And that's actually really cool to have. But the problem is it's supposedly compatible with like Rock Band and Guitar Hero. It's not compatible at all. In fact, it's not even compatible with its own game. There's like 70 tracks. The tracks are really good. They have like Dave Matthews. They have Eric Clapton, Kid Rock, who have never signed with any other music genre game before,
Right.
and they're like exclusive to this game. So that's cool to have. But like the problem is you can't fucking play the games because it doesn't respond when you strum the guitar.
So do you actually play it like a real guitar, like hold the chords and all that?
No. That's another thing. No. You hold the string where the buttons would be, and you strum it. And so it doesn't matter what string you hold, even on expert. It's stupid. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's kind of what I've been playing recently. I've been playing a lot of Donkey Kong Arcade still. Jason, to you, buddy. What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing too much. Just been really busy recently. But what I have been playing is Pete and we got together. We did a live stream. We did a first ever dual stream, and Pete had some fun working that in there. Basically, well, Pete, you can explain exactly how the setup is if you really want to get into it. But we both bought Sega Rally online arcade for 360, and we both were streaming it. And then what Pete did is Pete basically screen captured my stream, incorporated it inside of his stream, so that when you watched his Justin TV channel, you were watching both of us play the game online together. It was pretty cool.
Not recommended if your internet sucks or if your computer can't handle it for sure.
Yeah.
I was lucky to pull that off. I had like 4 or 5 streams going at one time.
Now, Jason, I remember this stream. I was there. I watched it. Now I need to know something.
She's got her in the bag.
Okay.
In the bag. Yes, there was a memorable a time in there. I mean, I don't really know what happened, so someone else Pete may have to explain. I don't really know, but
good times.
Yeah, it was a good time. So we were playing that, streaming that, and I guess I can talk a bit about it. Now, I'm a big fan of Sega Rally. I mean, I love Sega Rally. I go back and play it on the Saturn every once in a while too. I love that port of it, the original. And so this game is evidently Sega Rally 3 and Sega Revo, right? Revo. Mm-hmm. I haven't played Revo, but from what I understand, it's basically the same game. From what I understand, And so this is kind of a hybrid, evidently, of Sega Revo and Sega Rally 3 in one. And, to me, it looks exactly like Sega Rally 3. Same port. It has only 5 tracks. And how many cars? Like 5 cars, 4 cars, something like that?
Like maybe 10 cars, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
Well, you unlock more over time.
Oh, okay. Well, the track is right, though. Only 5 tracks, right?
I think it's 5, and then
you
there's
unlock
6.
them.
I think there's one track that's only playable in like a time trial or something like that.
Okay, got it. So it's definitely an arcadey type of a game. That's exactly what it is. So if you guys are into that, definitely check that out. It's fun.
The controls are very, very floaty, though.
Very,
it's like
very
you're driving
loose.
on ice. It's really weird.
You know what? And it's like that in the arcade too. I remember when I first played Sega Rally. Well, even Sega Rally from the get-go, it's always been that way. So it's definitely something you got to get used to. But once you get over that, it's a really enjoyable game. I don't know. Maybe wait for it to go on sale. That'd be my opinion. I recommend it, but if it's on sale, how about that? To be fair. Other than that, gosh, I can't even really remember. I've been really busy doing stuff around here. I can't recall, other than the usual. The doing some Bad Company 2, of course, still.
Oh yeah,
playing lots of that. Perfect Dark. I need to get. I haven't played it at all this week, but I played it the week prior. But we need to get down on that. We need to get in there and do some multiplayer. Maybe do some co-op. You guys, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So
yeah, absolutely.
I totally like to look at Joanna some more. So totally fine by me. So other than that's about the wrap up there. Kind of a short one. I'm sorry. I'll get back to the grind and play some damn games more. I'm very sorry. So let's move it on to Peter Dorr. What have you been playing?
I've been trying to stick to my word and try and keep with just playing my one Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door on the GameCube. And it's been working fairly well. I just beat Chapter 2, which is about, I think, maybe 7 hours into the game. And supposedly the first 2 chapters are kind of slow. From what I've heard, it kind of picks up in the 3rd chapter. So I'm looking forward to see the game pick up, because I will admit I don't enjoy it as much as the original Paper Mario on N64, but it's a lot of fun. The battle system keeps on impressing me with introducing different styles of gameplay, such as different button presses and different little mini games during the combat, which is a lot of fun. Graphics still highly impress me. Probably one of the best looking GameCube games out there. But besides that, I have still been watching a ton of Starcraft 2. I actually just got done playing a game or two before coming on here to record. What I do now, though, is instead of freaking waiting until 5:10 a.m. in the morning to watch the freaking live stream of this stuff, I just bought a season pass for the website so I can actually watch the videos whenever the hell I want, which is at gomtv.net. And they're doing some super tournament right now of 64 of the top players. So I don't know what it is about watching Starcraft. I guess knowing that I'll never be at that caliber, it's just so impressive to watch these guys play, and just how over the top these tournaments are, how seriously it's taken, and it's a spectacle to watch. It's really different, and even if you've never watched StarCraft before, it's just entertaining to watch these broadcasts that I don't know what it is. I like them. I watch it more than I play it now, honestly. And also yesterday I did some Vectrex live streaming, which is definitely, when you go to Justin.tv, you don't expect to see someone playing a Vectrex online there. Usually it's just StarCraft and freaking Call of Duty and whatever the latest games are. So I wanted to bring something a little different. So I decided to set up my web camera and live stream the Vectrex and play a few games that I had got recently and hadn't played, such as Pole Position, which was a lot of fun. It took me a long time to qualify for the freaking races in that game, but I finally got it down with the grace of Mr. Jason Heine. It's funny, he joins the stream. I've been trying this whole time. I can't qualify. He joins and I qualify.
That's how it works, baby. You get quality stuff around here.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I love playing the Vectrex. I kind of like jumping around between games. I'll stay on one game for 25, 30 minutes and then move on to another one. Because some of the games, I'm telling you, man, they they put some work on your hand and your arm.
Yeah, for sure.
Because some of the games use all four buttons on the Vectrex controller, and if you've never seen a Vectrex control before, it's a very wide controller, so you have to lay your hand on that thing and use your other hand for the joystick, but it can become pretty uncomfortable when you're playing a very taxing game with the buttons. And someone in chat was asking, what should I pay for a Vectrex? What's a good price? I would say, on eBay, avoid a boxed Vectrex, because that's just, the shipping's going to be crazy, and you're going to have the Vectrex out of the box most likely anyway, because it looks, not only does it look great, but, that's going to be a pain in the ass to unbox every time you want to play it. But a loose Vectrex, I would say don't pay over $100 for, get it with one controller. And it's very important you get it with one controller, because extra controllers are quite expensive. They're like $40, $50.
Well, they break a lot. They're very, they're kind of...
Yeah, the joystick, they center. So they self-center. So if you get a joystick that doesn't self-center, it's broken, and many games will be unplayable. So my advice, wait until a Vectrex pops up with a couple of games, and try and get it for like $80 to $100 around there.
You mean $800 is too much?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, that guy's out of his mind.
Yeah. I was like, really?
That's why it took me a while to get my Vectrex for many, many months. Maybe a year. Every once in a while I would check eBay and look for a Vectrex, and they came with some complete games. And I finally got one for a decent price, a handful of complete games. But it's important to get complete Vectrex games, because here's the thing about Vectrex. I'm sure we've talked about it before, but maybe new listeners don't know. It's a game console from 1983 that basically is the game monitor is built into the system. So you don't hook this thing up to your TV. It basically is its own vertical display. You put the cartridges in the system, and it's black and white, and it displays vector graphics, which, by the way, look amazing in person. I watched on the stream. They look terrible on videos and live streams. It does not do the system justice. But you put color plastic overlay screens on the monitor to add color to the games, which I will not do without. I will not play a Vectrex game in black and white. I have to have the overlay. I don't know, I'm just picky like that. Even if it's just a simple shade of green, I must have it. I don't know, what about you, John? Do you care about the overlays at all?
I think they're cool to have. I'm not too picky about it, I have a multi-cart, which has
that's right.
30-something games in one, so I think the games are still definitely playable without the overlay, but the overlay definitely adds a nice touch to it, for sure. And for collector purposes, too, it's nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So, yeah, I streamed the Vectrex for 2.5 hours, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoy playing more obscure stuff for people that they would probably normally never get to see on there. One day I want to do an N-Gage live stream, just set up break out my Dragon Quest slime, hand rest, and play some N-Gage for people and show them some
Call of Duty on it.
There's some garbage on that system, but there's some gems. There's some decent stuff on there.
Yeah.
I must say a lot of it has not aged well, though. Man, that is for sure. But other than that, from what I can remember, that's... Oh, one more reminder. When this show comes out, the game will have been out a week already. But on Xbox Live Arcade, the PSN version is delayed, and it's also coming out on PC, but I will be buying the Xbox version. I mentioned this last time, but Dungeons & Dragons Dagger is coming out on Xbox Live Arcade. It's a 4-person co-op online and 2-player local Dungeons & Dragons game that plays similar to, say, Baldur's Gate and Champions of Norath, along those lines. But looking forward to it. It's going to be a loot whore game, so if you're into color-coded equipment that is, purple is the rarest you can get, and building up your characters, you get the fighter, the wizard, the cleric, and the wizard. I'm looking forward to playing some co-op on that, so if you pick it up, look for me online. I'll surely be on there. And that's about it for me.
So you just joined us, perfect timing. We're going into games we played recently, so if you want to kind of jump into that, Johnny.
Sure.
Hold on. Before Johnny gets to that, though, I just want to say, Johnny,
yes?
Billy has been playing Dragon Quest IX.
Nice.
And I was hoping you were there for this, but he played about 40 hours not realizing that you can recruit party members. So he was playing through the game with one character for 40 hours.
It's so funny. The same thing happened to me. I was right at the beginning of the game. I was in game deals with Jen, who we've actually had on the podcast as well. And I'm running around. She's like, well, yeah, you should recruit some players. I'm like, you can recruit players? I didn't really know. I thought that was about online. That's how you get other people. So,
but you seriously thought, though, that a Dragon Quest game was going to be a single character the whole time?
Yeah, have you ever played Dragon Quest 1?
Nope.
Then, yeah, if you had, you'd kind of think maybe that might be possible. Because Dragon Quest 1 had one character. And then with the second one, that's when they introduced a little party system. And then they kept, adding to that as it went on. But I kind of thought that what they were thinking of at first with Dragon Quest 9 was that it would be a single-player game that you could go all the way through the game by yourself, but you could bring in your friends. I didn't realize it would have NPCs.
That's exactly what I thought. Yeah.
Totally. Exactly, right? So, wow, that must have been a lot easier for you when you brought them in.
The game got a lot easier when I started recruiting and finally leveled them up to a point where they didn't get killed in one hit. So, yeah, at that point, I started enjoying the game a little bit more.
It's a great game. I
love it. It's great.
I love it so much. Big time.
It's got a lot of replay value, too. It's like,
definitely. There's still a lot I could go back and do. I could go and do all these other dungeons and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I spent so many hours finishing the game. I'm happy. I'm feeling good with that. So
yeah, it's like I'm to the point where I can do a bunch of treasure hunting in it. But right now, I think once I finish the game, I think I'm just going to put it down and start something else.
Have you played it with anybody else for the multiplayer?
No, I haven't.
Mm-hmm. But sorry if games I've been playing very, very short list. But it's funny. Everybody was playing, that new LA Noire game. I know you were streaming that the other night, John.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, like everybody's loving the game. You liked it, eh?
We mentioned it a little bit. I like it. There's some stuff I don't necessarily care for.
Yeah.
There's some parts where it's kind of slow. I don't like the driving in the game. But the graphics are phenomenal and the story is really good. So. I guess those are two most important. The replay value, it's pretty good too. So,
but do you think, John, if this game didn't have this amazing face technology, do you think it would be as good as everybody's saying?
I don't know.
As hyped up as it is, I think that's a big factor.
I don't think it would be as hyped. No.
That's interesting because everybody's playing that, everybody's talking about that, and I'm sitting the other night. I'm like, what do I want to put in? And I'm like, the Genesis collection. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna unlock some small achievements in that, and I was having a blast. I was actually waiting for Rob to come over on Saturday night because we actually had we were gonna get together and drink some beers, play some old school games, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna start early, and so I started playing some games and like E-SWAT again. Oh my god, on the Genesis, I forgot how fucking painful that game is. You forget, right? Because when you play when it first was released, it was a great game, but looking back over the years, you're like, man, it hasn't aged well. I know I'm not talking about graphics, but just some gameplay. It's oh man, yeah, some glitches and some weird things going on with that game. But so I played a lot of that and played. Hey, here's one for you, Pete. I played Golden Axe. Oh, was it Warrior on the Master System?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I was looking into buying that recently. That's like the sort of Zelda clone Golden Axe game. And it's exclusive to the Master System, so.
Totally. I unlocked it, and I'm playing
it's in there? Shit, goddamn.
Rob comes over. Rob comes over, and I'm like, he walks in, he's like, oh, dude, what are you playing? I'm like, what do you think I'm playing? He's like, I don't know. Was it some indie game? I'm like, nope. He's like, what system was it released on? I'm like, the Master System. He's like, wait. And no, before that, he's like, is it Newtopia? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, it's this Golden Axe game, like the RPG that nobody ever played. Because the reason why nobody ever played it is because nobody could ever find it. I can never.
The game's like $80 complete on eBay, and there's barely any on there at all.
I have a copy. It's a good game.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. To be honest, by the time I got to that game, Rob had come over, so I played only like 10 minutes of it, but I was very impressed.
How do you unlock it? Do you remember?
You have to beat Golden Axe. I think you have to beat Golden Axe.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Golden Axe 1 or 2.
I think it's 2 or 3. Was it 1?
Well, that's not.
I unlocked all the achievements for all 3 games. They're all really easy. It'll take you 15 minutes per game to unlock it. So,
the instruction manual will tell you, Pete.
What was that, John?
I said the instruction manual will say you can go on the instruction manual. I think it says what achievements are unlockable.
So yeah, I played some, unlocking some achievements on that and having a good time. Going back to the original Shinobi again. God, I love that game. And then I actually the next day, with my hangover, because me and Rob drank till I don't know, goddamn, like 4:30 in the morning, and yeah, but that's a whole other story. If we got into this hilarious argument about Doctor Who versus MASH, but I won't even get into that because even at 4:30 in the morning, that didn't make any sense. But it was quite funny. But I woke up, I was hungover. I was a little hungover. I'm like, what am I going to play? And I'm like, I'll play some PSP because I got a lot of games I need to play on PSP. And I put in the Ys Chronicles, and I don't know if you're interested in hearing this, Pete, but I wasn't really. I don't really like it. I'm going to be honest because.
And why is that?
You know, God. Sometimes sometimes I like a remake, and sometimes I'm such a purist, and I only want it the original way. And it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like Zelda getting remade, but when they do it, like it has that kind of PC RPG Maker look to it. And I'm not really a big fan of that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the PSP remake of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and what they did to Final Fantasy 4. I don't like that look of it. I don't like that too much.
It's
I see what you're saying.
I don't like this. I don't want to use the word clean, but it's so artificial. I don't know. I'm playing the game and I'm like, I like the original better. As soon as I get that gut feeling there's something wrong, I'm like, I'm not really digging this. The music is great and the presentation is great, and I'm not saying that the graphics are bad. I'm definitely not saying that, but I'm just saying personally for me on this one, it's just I like the original a little bit more, and so Chronicles didn't do it for me. I kind of felt that the Legacy of Ys on the DS. I kind of got that feel for it. It's like, well, I guess it's Ys, but it's not really kind of Ys to me. I don't know. So that's all I've been playing. Geez, I know I missed out on everything you guys have been playing.
Just to recap, I played in live stream the Vectrex and.
I saw that. I saw that the other day. I was watching that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I love.
I just want to say it's very hard to watch somebody play the Vectrex on the stream. It really is. You need to really be committed. And I was actually for a bit of time. I'm like, okay, I've had enough of the Vectrex.
I can understand that, yes, especially with the limited scope of music and sound effects and such. But
I love the overlays. The overlays are awesome.
I love the overlays.
Pete, don't you have a complete boxed collection on the Vectrex?
Well, here's the thing with Vectrex. It's got the 3D Imager games and it has the Light Pen games. Mm-hmm. The 3D Imager itself, the official one, is like $300, and it has a handful of games which I do not own because I don't have the 3D Imager. And then there's the Light Pen games, which is a handful of those. I don't own those either. But when it comes to just the regular old normal Vectrex games, I have all of them but two. I just need Polar Rescue and Star Castle, which are probably two of the rarer ones, but I do have every other one and a couple of brews.
I just got a Vectrex a few months ago for $75. I don't have any games for it, so yeah, I need to start.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I played the heck out of that one, but I need to get. No, you didn't beat me. No, you did not. No, you didn't.
I did too.
But I definitely need to start building up the collection for that one. It's an awesome system. I love it. Just for that one game. Yeah.
Wait, which game was it?
Just the built-in one.
Mindstorm.
Mindstorm. Yeah.
Yeah, Mindstorm. Yeah.
One game I wanted to mention and ask you guys. Now, when you think of Bomberman games, can you remember any of the Game Boy versions off the top of your head?
No.
Okay, now, did you know?
I want to remember them.
Here's the thing, though. Did you know that there's a Bomberman game on the Game Boy that is a clone of The Legend of Zelda called Bomberman Hero? Or no, Bomberman Quest, I think it is.
You know what? I kind of remember hearing something about that back in the day.
I just found out, Bomberman Quest. I never knew this game existed, but it's like a straight up rip-off of The Legend of Zelda with, when you change screens, that it kind of scrolls over just like that.
I kind of remember. I'm typing it into, let's have a look at this.
I just found it so interesting when you brought up Golden Axe Warrior. I'm thinking of this Bomberman game that I just looked up the other day, and I had no idea it existed.
What's like some people
might not, Game Boy.
Huh.
And Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
But I was looking up Game Boy RPGs the other day, and there's a lot of original Game Boy Color RPGs that I totally didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that's a hazy one from the past. Yeah. That's one I would have really forgotten about.
Oh, there's another game I was playing too. I went through and beat the Genesis collection too. Every game I beat it, and it unlocked a game. and it unlocked Golden Beast.
Golden Beast.
Golden Beast.
Golden Beast would be the greatest game ever invented. I'd cry. The arcade edition.
That's
of
right.
Golden Beast. That'd be awesome.
But no other games that might have been opened or played this week at all.
Jason, what were you playing? I missed it all. I feel really bad.
I wasn't doing too much other than some Sega Rally online with Pete. We were doing that live dual stream, and I was in there, getting my Mac on.
Picking up chicks
in the chat rooms.
Can I be honest with you guys?
I didn't really explain that, but...
It's an inside joke for the very few amount of people that were there at the live stream.
I was really excited to get that game, and I saw you guys stream it, and I decided not to get it because it was the controls looked just kind of whacked out with the floaty controls and only 5 stages and stuff. So I don't know. Is that wise not to get it?
No, you're cool, John. I wouldn't get it.
Okay.
Unless you were, a diehard Sega Rally fan, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it to meet people and pick up chicks. From Canada too.
What? You're stealing the women from Canada now?
That's how Jason rolls, baby.
Who like to play Hydro Thunder.
Yeah, that's right.
Hydro Thunder.
Really?
Yeah. You guys must not have been in there on that, John. You must have left.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Okay, so long story short, then I'll explain it. So we were in there streaming, and then someone came in, gamer girl, something. I don't remember gamer tag.
Gamer gal,
yeah. And we just start talking, and we hit it off. And I was asking questions, and she was answering them, and we were going back and forth. And we were live streaming this shit. It was hilarious. Pete, you were listening to it. You were listening.
She finds out that she likes Hydro Thunder and that she likes racing games, and Jason tells her that he likes big watermelons. Somehow he slipped that in there.
Jason,
I was dropping all sorts of innuendos. It was hilarious.
This was
All I'm going to say is, Johnny, you'd be proud of me. You'd be proud.
There's a high-pitched voice going there. I'm sure it was like some young boy from Canada or something. You better watch out. The police are coming over now.
I think I have witnesses. I don't think it was.
I love watermelons.
It was definitely female.
Does she like poutine?
No, she doesn't.
Wait, didn't you talk to her about poutine as well? Yeah.
I was like, so where are you from? She's like, oh, I'm from Canada. I go, I have one thing to say to you right now. I go, poutine. And she's like, oh yeah. And she's like, yeah, I don't really like it. And I'm like, oh, okay, And then I said something else. Like, Pete, what did I ask her? I was like, okay, there's strike one. So I was like, I got to recap. I got to get back in the game. So I asked her something else.
I forget.
And I asked her like some food. And she said, oh, I don't really like that either. And I go, okay, I totally narrowed it down then. And I go, let me guess. You love salad. She's like, oh, I love salads. I go, of course you do.
You saved the day.
It was hilarious. Anyway, that was good times.
Salad.
I love salad.
How about tossing the salad? Just like doing that?
Yeah.
I was wondering which one. I was wondering which one of us was going to take that.
I love it.
Don't put it in my poutine, but toss my salad, Jason. Take a rally home.
Let's go play some Hydro Thunder, baby.
Did you see a picture of this alleged woman?
No.
Damn right she didn't.
Yeah, Pete showed us a picture of her. It was in the chat. It was in the chat room. I remember seeing it.
I'd hit it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Pete, you actually got a picture of this girl?
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it. I'll show it to you guys. Let me find it.
Yeah, show it to us right now.
I'll take her. Whatever.
Does she have a mustache?
It's Christine.
She looks like a hefty woman. I'll say that.
My name's Pat.
You guys are just jealous that I'm getting my Xbox dick sucked. That's what's going on.
I'd toss it.
Instead of Xbox, it's Sexbox.
Yeah.
Sexbox 360. Yeah, that's right.
Send us this damn picture. I want to see this first.
Hold on. It's not letting me post it in the group chat here. I got to send it individually, I think.
Bullshit.
It was good times. We were having fun. It's on Pete's channel. You guys can go watch the recap.
Yeah, she comes in a little low, but it is...
it was hilarious.
There's John on my list here.
Oh, let's have a look. Get out of fucking town. Shut the fuck up.
I know. I don't know why you guys have to freak out about it. I mean, just, that's how I do.
I can't message it unless... Hold on, let me send it to Jason.
I know you don't play jokes like this. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
This girl does not like salad. Dude, there's no fucking way. Good try.
I got seconds.
There is no fucking way. There is no way, even if this was her, that she would post a picture of her like that. In her right fucking mind.
My fucking picture's not loading, dude. I'm pissed. I can't see it.
It's too fat to load.
I think we found the picture for the podcast.
Oh my!
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
If I went for
Fuck
somebody
it,
to
just
say,
do it.
That's my sister.
Well, how are we gonna let the people see it? They're gonna have to see it somehow.
Use your imagination, people. Imagine a
Oh
very
my
large
God.
girl.
Oh my God. For real? Is
Yeah.
this her?
That's her.
She's wearing a Megatron shirt, but it's only half a Megatron shirt, and the stomach is coming out. But the stomach doesn't look like a stomach; it looks like a double
Jabba the Hutt.
stomach.
It's Jabba the Hutt, dude.
It's Jabba the Hutt's retarded child.
Her stomach has a mouth.
Yeah, it's actually if you cover up, yeah.
It looks like Megatron looks like a squirrel with nuts in their cheek, man. Look at this, how stretched out it is.
Yeah.
She's wearing a goddamn headset. And she's holding a 360 controller. There's no fucking way.
And look at her. She's going to turn on the console because we're about ready to play some Hydro.
Yeah, she looks like she's gonna eat the fucking
I don't know why you guys gotta
Are you
hate.
food
I
up?
mean, I hate it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone needs some love. Fuck.
See,
Oh yeah, I don't eat poutine. I just eat salads, but I'm gigantic.
You can't see her belly button. Her freaking belly's like rolled over it. She got two folds.
Unbelievable. And I thought Pete Dorr could never tell a lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Wales Quick Draw. Yeah, I got one, but I can't pronounce the dude's name.
That makes it more fun.
That's my job.
That's
dude.
your job.
That's
So
his job,
John,
yeah.
so John, 1, 2, 3 from the bottom. Please pronounce that name for me.
Hold on.
Mardabar.
It's
Bardabar.
Bardabar.
Oh my lord.
Yep.
My fucking internet's gone to shit, dude. I can't fucking load shit up.
Aekius Parfin Wong.
See? That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Aekius Parfin Wong.
And he asks, what is your favorite Neo Geo game? And for me, it's kind of a tie between the Metal Slug franchise.
I got it.
Okay.
That's easy. That's one of the easiest names to pronounce, dude. Are you kidding me?
Come on. You can't pronounce Bardabar.
This is a question. This is a question from Bardabar. No, this question is from Aekius Parfinamon, and he asks, "What is your favorite Neo Geo game?"
Wow, he read that without fucking it up.
That's fucked up. I thought he would screw it
That's
up. I
fucked up
can't read it.
alone.
I don't know what it is.
It's more fucked up that he read that perfectly fine that time.
I mean, and
It'll never
I'm
happen again.
eligible to say stuff like this because my last name is Heine. People can never pronounce that. They don't want to say it. They don't want to say it.
Know what to say.
They're like, is it Hein? Heen? Mr. Heaney? Hein? Anyway, so what is your favorite Neo Geo game? Mine is a tie between the Metal Slug franchise games and Drift Out, Neo Drift Out, New Technology.
You took mine, bitch.
Bitch.
Come slap me.
Bitch. That was my two favorite ones too, man.
Dude, those are like the... Okay, I'm sorry.
There's a
Okay,
lot
I'll
to go
just pick one then. You pick the other. Drift Out.
I like King of Fighters series as well.
I gotta say, Magician Lord is right up there. Love Magician Lord. There's so many great ones. NAM 75, Magician Lord, baseball. It's hard to pick one, but I'll say Magician Lord. That's a good one.
I have not played many Neo Geo games, but I will say Samurai Warriors 2 I really enjoy. But I do want to give a quick nod to a little gem that I like on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, which is Dark Arms. Not sure if anybody ever remember playing that one, but it's a fun little shooter.
Boys?
Oh, me. Hey, you know what? When it comes to Neo Geo, I'm not the biggest expert, but I do have SNK on the Wii, and I really have been enjoying the Metal Slug series. I love, running gunners like Contra and stuff, so I got into that pretty quick.
Yeah, it's the SNK collection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good game, yeah.
And I've also been thinking about getting the Metal Slug Anthology also on the Wii.
Do
because I
it.
like-
Do it.
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
What the fuck is a Neo Geo?
What the fuck is it?
Hey,
I'm
Jay.
just joking.
Jay was the weenie and not the hot dog.
Oh,
Oh.
that's a good one.
I actually have no experience with Neo Geo, so I cannot really speak on this subject.
Boo!
Hey, just give a stock answer. Like
I'm going to say Metal Slug or SNK.
I think I just heard him say Mark of the Wolf. Didn't he? You just said Mark of the Wolf, didn't you? Yeah, I think so. Prehistoric Isle 2? Yes, definitely. Oh, hey, John.
Yes, John.
John.
Yes.
Jeff just asked a question. All Gen Gamer Go rocks, and don't forget my shout out, Gamester.
Jeff Hero. Yeah, I guess he did a poutine picture on Jason's post. I forgot to give him a shout out last episode.
And he's also Play Alives.
Yeah,
the guy who.
Oh,
we were talking
yeah.
So I give him a shout out, and you give him a blowjob. How's that?
Wow, nice.
Wow. Why do I always get the winning hand on this? No pun intended. That really sucks.
Oh, God. You blew it again.
A sticky situation. Okay, here's a good one. David Sam, an easy name to pronounce, asks, what is one game you would do anything to have localized in North America?
I was looking at that one too, and I'm like, I can't think of one.
Well, you know the one. What's that new game? It's done by Level 5.
Oh, yes. God, that's my answer.
What's the name of it?
Ni no Kuni.
Yeah, we'll both agree on that.
Studio Ghibli game.
Yeah, the studio. Well, the opening, and I guess some of the design work on it too. They did, but would love to have that game over here on the DS and on
God, PS3 especially.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Oh, the Far East of Eden series, bring that fucking over. That'd be awesome. That's never gonna happen, but Gamester.
What's
Ma. Some bird just
so? I'm sorry, my dog was done. I said, "Hey, dude."
David. Oh God. Bye. That John.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So David Sam says, please put some tinfoil on your head. And what is one game that you would do anything to have localized in North America?
I'm confused by the question. What do you mean by
say a Japanese series, or a game made in Finland that has never come out over here that you would love to see be translated.
How about Mother 1?
Not
a bad one. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Jason, to you.
I have no good answer for this one. Pass. Pete.
Oh,
it's kind of true though, because I mean, Japan doesn't really have. Are there any like racing games, shooting games like that are actually good? Well, they're all made in the West anyway. Like
exactly. So
it's understandable, Mr. Jason. But no, Johnny and I both have the same answer.
I'm going to say that one. I actually have a bunch of answers I could do, but I like that one. Legend of Xanadu series I'd love to see being brought out over here on the PC Engine. That'd be great. A lot of PC Engine games. A lot of PC Engine role-playing games I'd like to see over here. That'd be cool. But, do you guys have an answer?
I got a couple of random ones. Yeah, just what you were saying on the PC Engine. There was this Batman game that came out in Japan that I don't think it ever.
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I always thought that looked really awesome. And of course, Gamester, you said it right on the head, man. It's Mother. You know, I thought I always wanted that.
Oh,
play that one.
Mother 3. Mother 3 would.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's definitely for sure.
Be an awesome one to bring over here.
And also, just like there's a bunch of like just PS2 shooters, like they just did not come out over here. And I've been on a really big shooter kick recently, and there's just a lot of them that came out in Japan and never came out here. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but I remember going over a list and just like I think it was on RacketBoy.com, and I love that. I love that site, by the way. And,
there's actually, you're right. There's a lot of PS2 games that never came out over here. Like obviously like for me, I really enjoyed like a lot of the Phantasy Star remake games never came out over here, or the Ys remake games never came out over here, or some of the Dragon Quest. They actually made a really nice PlayStation 2 version of Dragon Quest 5, and that never obviously got released over here as well. So lots of good games over there still.
One last one for me: the recent release of Wizardry. There's a Wizardry collection on the PlayStation 3 that I would love to see come over. Even though there's one coming out on PSN, I would love to get some more Wizardry out.
Can't you import it though? You could import that, right?
It's impossible to play that though. Are you kidding me?
Oh, definitely impossible.
I wouldn't know any of the equipment or anything that was going on. So
yeah.
Oh, you know what, guys? I have an answer.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! I have an answer. Initial D.
Hey, there's a good one.
There's a good one. Came out in Japan. Never. They have one for PS2. I think it's called Initial D Stage or Initial D.
yeah.
I want to look up real quick. I think it's called Initial D Stage.
Nice.
Hey, Jason, do you like? You're a big fan of Initial D in the arcades?
Oh, huge! Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, because like one of my friends is like that's where you have the card. I know the game. Don't get me wrong. I know the whole history on it and all that, but you have a card and you just like plug it into the arcade machine, and you can buy parts and stuff, right?
It's basically your license. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. I have another answer that I'm sure Johnny will agree.
Yeah.
Sega Gaga.
Oh yeah. Actually, some guys are working on it right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking fucking forward to that. That would be amazing. So that's just something to look forward to. So yeah, for anybody out there, they're actually doing a translated ROM version of Sega Gaga, a game released on the Dreamcast. Kind of like Sega's farewell to Sega fans, I call it anyways, and something that never got released over here. And I think a lot of the inside jokes will fly over everybody's head. But for any big-time Sega fan, you'll get it, you'll love it, and look for that. I'll mention it in the future. I think me and Pete will mention it as it gets closer to completion. I know they're still heavily working on it. They're not near completion now, but they are working on it. So that's a good one. Any other questions?
We got quite a bit. There's got to be something here.
Actually, there's that. Well, I'll just throw this in there. Chad Smith says, "Do you think Nintendo will announce Mother 4 for the 3DS at E3 2011?"
No.
I think all I can say is that would, yeah, it's pushing it, but boy, would that be cool. I doubt it though. I highly doubt it.
It'd be sweet. Yeah, I don't think so.
I kind of like this question from Mark Leskowski. If the four of you, six in this case, if you have a guest, had a gaming tournament and each of you had to choose one game and you all had to play a round in that certain game, such as a round of Super Smash Bros., GoldenEye, or Mario Kart, what game would each of you pick to play as in your best multiplayer game?
Tekken 3 or Tekken Tag.
Really, you're a big Tekken fan?
I love Tekken. There's
That's
no
funny.
other fighting game that exists in my world.
I don't want to sound funny here, but you're the only person I've ever met that liked Tekken. And
Really?
I'm not. No, and this is a monumental moment in my history. I have never met anybody. People talk about on forums how they like it, but I've never talked to a human being that liked Tekken before.
Well, I'm glad to be the first. I love
it's
that.
cool. I've never. No, I'm not knocking it, and I'm not being funny. But
I know you're not. I know you're not.
Yeah. I've never met anybody who liked Tekken, and I've always wanted to talk to somebody so they could tell me why they like Tekken, because I never got it myself.
I don't know. Like the moveset, like Street Fighter, it's pretty much the same moveset. You have that down forwards and fireball for Ryu, and you can use that for anybody, and that's a move. It's not like that with Tekken. You actually, I don't want to put down Mortal Kombat or people who play Street Fighter, things like that, but there's more skill involved with a game like Tekken. Every character is unique and has different movesets. So that's one of the things I like about it. More variety of characters too, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like it. Tekken 3 is probably one of my favorite PlayStation games ever. That was pretty awesome. But
my virginity is lost tonight. I've talked to a Tekken player who likes it.
Tekken sucks. Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis is the best video game ever.
It's all about balls. We all agreed on that. The best multiplayer game is Brawl.
Toasty.
Tekken. Pete, what would yours be?
Based on right now, current day, based on games I'm kind of playing recently, as in not being rusty, if I pick something like SOCOM, I'd probably say Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, because, I don't know, I'm just pretty good at that game, I guess you can say. Based on what I've played online, I usually win, so I'd probably pick that. Jason?
Easy, hands down. I'd put us all into a squad and Bad Company 2 and go in and play.
Nice.
We'd either, we'd do a variety of things, or we'd work together. Half of us work together, and then we switch the teams up. We're fighting against each other. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So you get the opportunity to fight against and also work with one another. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That's my answer.
Gamester.
I would go with GoldenEye for the N64.
You're gonna pick that.
Did you?
Yeah, I kind of thought he's gonna go for GoldenEye. Yeah, I know how much. I know how much I love that game.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Anyone else?
Come on, pick mine. What am I gonna pick?
Street Fighter. No, you're gonna do.
I'm gonna go with Super Street Fighter.
Yeah, Super Street Fighter 4. I was going to say Street
God.
Fighter.
I destroy you all. Even the Tekken players.
Hey, but I am right though. I mean, pretty much all the same moves on Street Fighter. Just saying. Just like even the new Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is all the same, no matter what character you.
Pretty much on that game, yeah. Marvel.
Man, I tell you what, I gotta steal Jason's answer. Battlefield Bad Company 2.
That's a good game.
I love that game, and I cannot wait. I've creamed my shorts when I learned that Battlefield 3 was coming out.
Well, shit, Billy, we need to be playing then. Can we want to get down and play some of that then?
Absolutely.
Man, why haven't we done it sooner?
I don't know, but it's a match made in heaven. I'll tell you that much,
All
man.
right, I like it.
It's just something about that game. It's just something. I don't know what it is. I mean, I just love the destructible environments. The fact that the squad, something you don't get in the Call of Duty games, the squad, being able to spawn on your squad members is just, yeah, you can't beat it in my opinion. It's my favorite multiplayer of any system, any game.
And now, who is this guy? Is this a clone of Jason over there? You sound exactly like me. Now I can finally talk about it with somebody who knows what it's all about, of course.
Well, there's more strategy involved than in a Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, it seems like it's just a bunch of 13-year-olds going around trying to rack up kill streaks and get the best, hide in a corner and just basically camp and get your kills, man. But it's just like it takes more teamwork to be in Battlefield, and that's what I like about it.
And that's what the franchise has been about from the get-go. And I remember back in the day, Battlefield 2 really got me interested in the whole franchise. But the squad-based, working as a team, having your different kits, having your different loadouts, and having each player doing their own job, it just makes for a better experience, I think. When you have a squad of 4 and everyone is taking a role, but not only that, when each player knows their job and when each player can execute their job correctly, that's when you have some fun stuff. We're not playing fly solo here. When you work as a team, hold down buildings, infiltrate certain areas, take down, a sniper, you work together. That's a beautiful thing. It feels so good to be able to do that in a team-based game like that. And I know Pete actually knows a bit about this too, because he's a big SOCOM guy. So I know he knows about it.
I was going to say, I think you'd really like MAG, because MAG is basically what you're talking about on a much more high scale level. Because think of this, you have your squads, your groups of 4 or whatever, so you have your team chat, you talk to them, but then you have like officers and commanders, and basically you keep on working up, so eventually you can get to the point where you're commanding all 64 players on your team. So when you talk, it gets voiced to, the captains of each of the, you know what I mean? Like each of the leaders of the squads, you're talking to them and then they voice that to their team. So it's a very, very big team dynamic in MAG.
Now, yeah, I like the sound of that. And that's for PS3, you said?
Exclusive to PS3, yeah. It's actually, I was playing it a lot when that came out earlier in 2010. I was playing that a lot, and they released some expansions, but it's what is it? 256 players online in one room. So yeah, you can command some pretty big squads.
I'll have to get it. Yeah, I'll have to pick it up. I like it. Yeah, I'll definitely. Yeah, it's cool. But Billy, are you playing that on PC, or what are you playing it on?
I'm actually playing PS3 for now, but I doubt I'll go back. Considering what the network has been going through, I'm probably going to end up getting me a 360 here pretty soon and go on that. I'm just not I don't have a PC set up really good for gaming, and so I really don't have a.
Okay.
But,
well, either way, just let me know whenever you on what platform you pick it up on, and would love to play.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Since I talk about it every once in a while, and it's cool when I come across somebody who knows about it, or I come across a lot of people, they PM me now and they want to know about it, and they want to get into it. I have a lot of I call them crossover players, a lot of Call of Duty players who say, I want to play it, I don't really know, it's kind of intimidating, what do I need to know? And actually, I've done this quite a bit. I've been taking people, we're going in via Steam, I do Steam chat or whatever, and I take them in and I show them how it works, how the kits work, what their jobs are, and I show them the maps. And I'm kind of taking these people under my wing and teaching them a bit about the game, and then we go in and play some rounds and have some fun, because that's the thing. If you go in there running around by yourself, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to get killed. You're not going to know where to hold down. You're not going to know your job. It's not going to be a good experience. But if you work as a team, the game it opens up. Completely.
Yeah,
different.
you get a couple of good squads on a team that know their job and do what they're doing, man. And it's like you can take your objectives and take the flags and just dominate, as opposed to another team that's just not even just running around a bunch of individuals.
Not even just that. I mean, you can do it with like a 2-man squad. Me and Billy used to do it all the time, where we'd be up on a roof on a map, and I'd just be chunking ammo on him while he's just firing away. But
you
definitely have to know your role, whatever class you pick.
I'd be in the tank, blowing up an objective. He'd be right behind me on cover from hiding from fire, and just basically as an engineer repairing the tank and keeping it its power level.
Yeah, it's definitely, you can be a force to be reckoned with. And what my cousins and I, what we like to do is we call it spot and shot. And what we do is one of my cousins, he sits up on a rooftop and he's recon, and he basically is our eyes, our lookout for the entire map, and he spots people for us or lets us know where they are, what vicinity they're in. And then my other cousin and I, we're on the ground level, and we basically move into those areas and take out the enemy as we're instructed from our eyes up ahead. It's a lot of fun. So it's like, whenever I hear, I get a text or whatever, little spot and shot, it's like I know what that's all about. And I'm usually engineer. I like to do that. They call me the Gustav marksman. So whenever I used to just kind of play just with myself and not without Jay or anybody else on my friends list, it was just me, and I would spawn into a game, and I was in a squad, and if there's been plenty of times where the 3 other guys would be a sniper, and I wouldn't be. I'd be just like general, That's
infantry.
ridiculous. That pisses me off.
I'd opt out of that squad just like that and get into something else because I knew I wasn't going to get any sort of help.
Yeah, exactly. I was in the squad last night. I was playing. Everyone bailed out. It was like 3 a.m, and I was playing. And I was in a squad of 4, and there were two assaults, which, if you don't know, a lot of people out there may not know, the assaults can drop ammo for you to help resupply you. And I'm sitting there calling it out. I'm even over voice chat. I'm like, dude, drop some ammo. I need some ammo. And they just wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't do it. Yeah. It's the most frustrating thing. I'm shooting him. I'm like shooting him. Friendly fires off, and I'm just like, dude, drop ammo. I'm almost out.
Especially if you're having a really, really good round too.
Yeah, it was. It was like 15-2. I was rocking. I'm like, dude, drop ammo, please. Anyway, it's a frustrating mess. So that's why I'm taking the responsibility. If anyone out there wants to get into this game, or a bit intimidated or whatever, definitely hit me up, because I would love to train you and get you good on the squad to help out and get some good rounds going. So that's it. Boy, there's a battlefield roundup. Love it.
Did you figure out how to fly the helicopter?
Oh, jeez. I do suck at that. I will say that everyone will vouch. I get that thing about 3 feet off the ground. It's like a hovercraft, right into a building. Done.
Yep.
That's
it.
I
feel bad too. It's like, I jump into the helicopter and all right, guys, let's go do this. And it's like, okay, it doesn't work out the way I planned. And then obviously the helicopter doesn't spawn for a little while, so everyone else is screwed. So I feel like a jerk. But
they get real pissed off at that.
Yeah.
Like, I just stand there. I'm like, come on, someone take this chopper so I can be a gunner, because I'm not flying this thing. Hell no.
Yeah. It's no fun. It's fun being the gunner. It ain't fun flying it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, right on.
I like this question. Pretty fast, simple one from Stefan Corizalis. Sorry, these names are freaking tough.
Just give it to John.
He asks, "What is your favorite original Xbox game?" So my pick would definitely have to be Elder Scrolls Morrowind, without a doubt. That game was probably one of my most hyped games of all time. I hyped myself up beyond belief for that game. What about you, Jason?
Well, I know I only have a minute, because I took 20 minutes just a minute ago. But so I'm going to have to say that real briefly, I'm going to go with the original Halo. I think for
good
me,
choice, actually.
For me, when the Xbox came out, I had a PS2, and a lot of those games are cross-platform, as you guys know. So for me, it was the exclusive titles to the Xbox that really drew me in. And so that would be my pick. Definitely the original Halo. I think it's a fantastic game. Home of the LAN. I mean, really, people were landing up their Xboxes to play that thing. It was a good time. So that's my answer. Let's go ahead and pass the torch on to you, John. What do you got?
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, you stole mine, you bastard.
I was almost going to pick that.
Unbelievable. Probably one of my favorite Star Wars games, actually. Great game, great story. Gameplay was unique. And so I'll pass it to Johnny now that you have to think about it.
Let me think about it. Knights of the Old Republic. Well, probably one of my favorite Star Wars games ever made. I'm being honest. That's it. What about you guys?
Billy, you want to?
I hate to do this to you guys, but I was going to say Knights of the Old Republic as well.
No, you can't.
I guess
It's a crowd pleaser.
it's honestly it's one of the only few original Xbox games I played, so I have to go with it, unfortunately. So,
and I will say, I mentioned earlier, I'm a PlayStation fanboy, which means I never played the Xbox. So there we go. Actually, I played that volleyball game.
oh, the one with the boobs?
Yeah,
Just
tits
because the
bouncing.
boobies,
Oh,
yeah.
that game
That's
was
the
so
only reason I
disappointing.
played it.
Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive?
Yeah, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball or something. So I guess
Volleyball,
that
yeah.
would be my favorite Xbox game because it's the only one I played.
I was so excited about that game. I won't lie. I was like, what the fuck is this when I got it?
I have the 360 one too. There's one that was released on the 360 I have.
That's so bad, too. Oh. I don't know how they...
Do the boobs look realer?
Oh, I bet they spent half the budget just making the boobs look, realistic enough. That's the only game. That's the only reason they sold the game.
I wouldn't mind it if it actually had gameplay like, it was, that awesome one, Spikers on the GameCube. It was an arcade game. It was my favorite volleyball game in actual reality, in a video game. Do you know what I'm talking about, Pete?
Which one?
Oh, what the fuck? It's made by AM2. I'm totally drawing a blank. It's a volleyball game on the GameCube. It's called something Spiker. Not Cannon Spiker. That's on the Dreamcast. It's a shooter. It's called something Spiker.
I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with sports.
That was an excellent freaking volleyball game. I've got too many windows open. I can't actually look for it right now. But if Extreme Volleyball actually had a good volleyball game, it would have been excellent. But it certainly didn't. That's too bad. It's like, okay, yeah, right, the fan service for all the women, but that gets old in like 5 minutes. You want an actual game to play.
Just go watch porn or something.
Yeah, which is infinitely better. Like infinitely better. Type of thing. So, I got a love talk for you, John.
Okay, let me find it. Hold on.
This is gonna be a good one for us all. We're all gonna love this.
Does it involve the pooper?
No, which is unfortunate. It usually always has something to do with that.
It always has something to do with the pooper.
What page is it on, John?
It's on page 5.
Okay, I see it.
Okay.
And now's the time of the podcast for Love Talk with Johnny Millennium. Dr. Love, Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Groovy.
I like groovy.
This question is from Paunch. Johnny, I just recently met this girl, and we both seem to really like each other. Her parents were gone the other night, and invited me over to watch a movie. We started making out, and that's when I realized that she was a horrible kisser. It was like she was trying to shove her teeth into my mouth and bite me. It was so bad that I needed to pull back for a second. I get a text from her when I got home at night, and she tells me that she has no gag reflex. How do I go about this without telling her that she's a horrible kisser, getting her lips and tongue ripped off, and even more importantly, not getting my dick chewed off? Punch.
Oh, Paunch, we really feel for you tonight. I can tell you that.
That's a great question.
It is.
It's a great question with many answers, and we're all gonna have a chance to answer it. But I'm just so summarizing this is that he started dating some new girl. He's at her parents' place. Her parents are out. Maybe they were even in her parents' bed. And they're all like, they're making out. And she's like a fucking terrible kisser. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? And he's kind of like done with her at that point. He's like, it's over. She goes home afterwards. He gets a text and says, hey, had a great time tonight. By the way, I have no gag reflex. Okay, she's trying to suck him back in. No pun intended. Play Alives would love this girl. I tell ya. He'd buy a Sega CD from this girl. I tell ya. Working, not working, he doesn't give a shit. But anyways, so what does he do? So what he's saying is he wants to enjoy the possibility of oral sex, but he's terrified because she's such a shitty kisser that if she's doing that to his mouth, what's she gonna do to his dick? And I can honestly say that in my time, I have kissed some horrible kissers. Like, incredibly so. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? And I remember especially when I was younger, because like when you're younger, like you're like 14, 15, and you're kissing girls. They've never kissed a guy before, right? And they're like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? Type of thing. So you can understand that at a younger age, but even when you get older, you end up kissing some real fucking weirdos. I don't know what the fucking hell are you like. What school of fucking kissing did you go to? I actually remember I was at a club one night, and this girl, and I mean she was fucking hot. She had dreads, all these different colored dreads, really young, really cute, really hot, came up, and we're making out, and it was horrible. But I'm the kind of person, I'm really funny, especially when I've had a couple of drinks. I said to her, she's like, oh, how was it? I'm like, I'll be honest, you're a terrible kisser. She's like, what? Well, I'm like, seriously. And I had an old ex-girlfriend with me at the time. And I'm like, seriously, I said, kiss her, honestly. So they start making out, and my ex-girlfriend's like, yeah, you're a terrible kisser. She's like, what? And she's totally standing there, totally insecure. And I just called her out. And I said, you kiss like a parrot. Like, imagining what a kiss like. This hard tongue that's just kind of going everywhere. Going, wah, wah, wah. It's like, what the fuck is that? Type of thing. So it is funny. So I said to her, I said, I tell you what, I will be your teacher, and we're going to practice all night. And that's what we did. So it got better. But, I understand. But what about you guys? Like, before I give this guy his advice, what if you guys, for kissing women over time, or, in Jason's position, kissing a couple of odd guys when he was younger in college,
What? What?
Jason, come on.
didn't?
I remember you telling me about that time.
Who didn't?
The pink Malibu. Josh came over to help, study that history exam.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
really
smart. Who
great.
didn't?
It was very warm that night. No, I'm just kidding. But how have you guys for kissing women that have been really terrible kisses? What have you done about that? How have you dealt with that? I'll start with Jason.
Oh boy, that's tough. I mean, you can try to teach them. You know what I mean? But there's a certain point where you can't teach them anymore. You know what I mean? If they're a bad kisser, it's kind of unfortunate that they're just kind of going to be a bad kisser. I don't know. I've
any of you guys had a really bad story about it?
I've had a
John?
girl bite my tongue once.
Oh.
I had a chick bite my tongue. If I can just bit my tongue.
Oh.
Like she was trying to suck it or something like that. I don't know what she was trying to do, but she bit it straight up. And then I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? I gave her.
So you pulled out your dick out after that, right?
No.
Oh yeah, you're like, here, Yeah, fuck no.
No.
Pete, any bad stories about some bad kissing?
Nope.
Nope. Nothing.
No.
Any rumors you've heard?
No rumors.
Come on, Billy, Jay, what's going on with you guys? You must have some stories.
I can look past bad kissing. It's a bad blowjob. I can't forgive.
They scrape their teeth. They scrape their teeth.
I mean,
Man.
they just don't know how to do it. I mean,
Oh.
not that I'm saying it's easy. I've never tried it, but I mean, come on. It can't be that hard, right?
What was that one night?
Well, shh. You're not supposed to say.
It's funny that I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, what? I never had a bad blowjob. But I'm like, wait a second. There was that fucking English school teacher I dated. And she didn't know what she was doing. It was like there was a fucking alien down there. Right? I'm like, what are you doing? No, I started it made me kind of nervous. What is she doing? What is she doing? I'm sitting there and I'm all nervous. I'm kind of got my hand on my face. Not in pleasure. I'm like, what's happening? Maybe I should stop this now. And so I'll go back into Paunch and I'll say, try to teach her how to kiss a little bit better. That's all you can do.
You can try. Yeah.
Do we
That's
know
all you
how
can
old
do, yeah.
Paunch is? How old is Paunch?
Paunch is probably 18 years old.
Well, I mean, if you're with a girl long enough, you don't kiss her, anymore anyway. So
Yeah.
I guess
Exactly.
stick
But
it out.
he's worried. The thing is that the real thing is here is he can let her go. He's not, but the no gag reflex is keeping him there. He's like, wait a
Well,
second.
because she knows she's a shitty kisser, so she's trying to reel him back in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And is this going to work? I don't know. And should he
He's a
do
man.
it? Oh, fuck. Take a chance. If she bites your dick, just slap her. Just slap her off or something. You know what I mean? Totally. that's all you can do. So that is my advice. Until next time.
I'd have to say, I think this is the raunchiest podcast to date.
What? Why is this so raunchy?
Glad we're a part of it.
But why is this so
raunch.
We always have raunchy podcasts. You know what?
Sure.
Totally. We have complete respect for women and whatever sexual orientation you are. We have complete respect for that as well. We're not, seriously, and that's being dead serious now. But we do a lot of joking, especially me. But I do that in real life as well. And I think any of my real life friends know that I'm totally kidding. And equal stuff for anybody and everybody, except Gamester 81, who's a total homo. See, you got to be able to laugh at life, and I think that's the big trick.
Yeah, I know, we're all joking.
I think if people just lightened up and laughed at themselves, the whole world would be a better place.
Totally,
absolutely.
I don't,
It is kind of nice to get on here and do just whatever we want to do. You know what I mean?
We're trying to make it entertaining for people too. We're not just trying to be, like I've listened to some podcasts, and it was like watching paint dry. I was like, come on, somebody say something weird. Do say something. And they're like, next up, we're going to talk about the Sega Saturn. And it's like completely no fun to it. Like,
they're talking about Sega Saturns, and we're talking about dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. beyond stuff. Bad Craigslist stories gone to hell.
I know, right?
We got, and you know what? Even that Play Alive's guy, he even laughed about his own situation because he knew life's pretty silly. Like that. What happened to him was ridiculous, and he was even able. He made a video about it and was able to laugh about it afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's all you can do. Is like, jeez.
I guess let me get into my game talk real quick, and then
awesome.
Anything else? It's cool. Okay.
Done and done like dinner, my friend. Welcome to another episode of Gaming Piece Theater with Gamester 81. Gamester, what piece of gaming history are you going to share with us today?
All right, so today's game talk is from Sessamahara, and that's how Sesshoumaru. Mahara. And you guys can continue posting questions on our forums. There's a link to allgengamers.com. Also, love talk questions. Please continue to post those. But he wants to know more about the Neo Geo CD. He likes the system. He says he has one. He doesn't mind the loading times. And we'll get into that in a minute here. But that system, Neo Geo CD, came out in 1994, 4 years after the AES, which the AES is the large cartridge home-based console system. And the main reason SNK released the Neo Geo CD is for cost reasons, because the Neo Geo AES cost $650 when it was released, and games would run around like $200, $300 each. Remember that, Johnny? How much games were back in the day?
Of course, absolutely. It was outrageous.
Outrageous, right?
Yeah.
So SNK released the Neo Geo CD as more of a cost-effective format. The CD, the system itself, cost $300, which is still a lot of money for mid-90s. But the games only cost $50. And the biggest thing about it is the load times, where it was a one-speed CD player, so it could play audio CDs, but it was just really slow load times. You'd wait maybe 30 to 60 seconds between screens a lot of time.
It was terrible.
Yeah. You hear that monkey ball, so. But there's several versions to look out for. There's a front loading version, which is the first version, and they only made about 25,000 of those. And then they made the most common one is the top loading version, which you can find fairly easily. And then they also had the CDZ, which is released only in Japan, and it was a 2-speed CD-ROM, and it was a little bit faster, but still had some issues with overheating, kind of like with the Xbox 360. Yeah, had overheated. This actually overheated well. The nice thing about the Neo Geo CD is that it's region free, so that's a huge plus. You can purchase the CDZ, for example, and play it in North America no problem. The games and all that. There are a few games like Puzzle Bobble that were only released that were from the arcade, ported from the arcade to MVS, but never released on the AES. So I really like the controllers. Johnny, do you have a Neo Geo CD?
Yes, I do. And I was just about to ask you, back in the day, here to take us back for a second, did you ever see a Neo Geo CD in an American store?
Never.
No.
I never did, ever. I only read about it in magazines back then, and I was like, really? Like, I didn't even know it was out over here. I actually back then I always thought it was Japan only.
I remember seeing back when it was called Electronic Boutique.
Yeah.
Rather than EB Games. I remember seeing a Neo Geo AES when it first came out.
Oh, me too. I remember I walked in and I remember seeing some games. You know, we say they were expensive, but I remember some games being like $350.
Yeah.
How fucking nuts is that? The price of a system these days.
Yeah. And then back then in the early 90s, that's like with inflation, that's close to over $500 or more.
Yeah, it was nuts. But
it's crazy.
People wanted them, you know? Every kid in the neighborhood wanted one, but no fucker could afford one.
Yeah. I like the controls. I like the controls for the CD system. They're smaller. It's not like the big joystick like the arcade joystick you get for the AES. But the control ports are compatible. You can play for both, using both. But these are kind of nice controllers. They have like they almost look like candy. The buttons are different colors, and the analog stick is really nice, very responsive. I just really like it. I think it's a great system. So
it is good.
Yeah.
Except for the loading times. That's what kills it, right?
Yeah. Like you would wait for like the load screen and then like a minute and then it would like play for a second and then you'd have to wait another minute to play the game. It was ridiculous. Like,
especially for like a fighting game, you'd play one round.
Yeah.
Oh man. This was just crazy. Wow. Fun
so
times.
that is Game Talk for episode 44.
Beautiful.
So, well, Billy and Jay, it was awesome having you guys on.
Thanks for having us, dude. Appreciate it.
We really appreciate this. It was a great times, man.
I hope we didn't offend you too much.
Did someone just fart?
Yeah, offend us how?
Yeah, no, please.
I hope we didn't offend.
We're just, yeah. I mean, it's this. Yeah, I think that it would take a whole lot to offend us. So we're.
No, I'm kidding too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, real quick, tell us about your drama this evening. You guys almost didn't make the podcast.
We almost got sucked up by a tornado, and that's a true story. No, I'm serious. Yeah, I was getting ready for the podcast and had to run out and get something on the way back. Sirens go off, look up in the sky, and the clouds started spinning. And it's like, well, we live in Texas. That's a tornado. So yeah, the funny thing is, Texas and around this area has a reputation for having a bunch of tornadoes, but I think I've only really seen one other than tonight, and that was, I think Jay, you were with me, weren't you?
Yeah.
We actually chased the thing. It was kind of funny, but
that's how dumb we are.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. We thought we were going to die tonight and not have to, but luckily we were able to get.
Actually, we were just more concerned with the power cutting out.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Honestly, we thought we were going to get in the middle of the podcast and have the electricity shut off. So luckily, that didn't happen.
You see a dog, as I said earlier, get sucked up into the air. You're like, well, that's not a good sign.
Oh yeah. Some old lady in a rocking chair knitting.
Oh, and I can say this: San Jose has been beaten by the Vancouver Canucks. We're going to the Stanley Cup final. That is fucking amazing.
Right.
Oh.
Plug your guys' channel real quick. Once more.
That would be Captain 8-Bit. It's just the number 8. Right now, it's just our main show I'm really spending the most time on is the Game Chasers show, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. It's been a blast. So I appreciate everyone that's kind of come in, subscribed, and watched, man. It's been real fun.
Definitely go check them out. The show is awesome. You got to see the opening of the Indiana Jones.
Appreciate that coming from you guys. Seriously.
Yeah. I've been watching you guys for a while, listening and watching you guys for a while, and it's amazing to get this kind of feedback and to know you've impacted people and they appreciate what you do. It just makes you want to go out there and work harder. So it means a lot. It really does.
You know what though? It's like people who have talents and I have a passion and they go out and do it like you guys did. It's going to draw its own audience. That's what we try to tell people before.
Yeah, I'm just yeah. It's just I'm just trying to steer clear from responding to the trolls, and that's all you can do is just ignore.
Don't get sucked. You know what? And especially, I made a bit of advice when you're first starting a channel, because it is a new channel, you'll get more trolls. Believe me, I remember in my early time, people were like fucking brutal, and I was like, man, oh man, like give me a break here. I'm just gonna have a bit of fun. Like, why are you coming out to me with pitchforks? And just keep doing what you believe in and enjoy it. And just block the trolls, just remove the comments, and things get better. Good people will catch what you're doing and really appreciate it. Like when I watch your show, I appreciate it as a fan because I know the amount of work that you put into it, and it's entertaining. It's really entertaining. So, guys, definitely go check it out. Like your show could actually be on television. It should be on television. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? That would be freaking awesome. I just don't. Yeah, I think it would only be on like a G4 or something because it's such a niche audience with the game chasers. But you know what? You never know. If that happens, then if it's in the cards, then great.